Now, lads, listen, I gotta sip me water, so some lovely relaxing music for you, okay? We're gonna have a little relax, we're gonna chill out, we're gonna be ready. Ready. Hello, everybody! How are we doing? Are we excited? I'm so glad I have the brain power to go back to this game today because I've been so looking forward to playing more of it. Like, it's one of those games where, like, obviously I enjoyed it in the moment, but I've just been thinking about it ever since I finished Streamlabs. So I was like, we have so much more to do. Thor, thank you for 7 months. Thank you so much. Rainbow Crow, thank you for 8 months, 3/4 to a year, almost there. I'm not going to pick you up on any numbers because I did ordinary level maths, so it's not for me to do. Who else have we got? Wellerk and Anoni, hello. Lunar Ablaze and Sammy Boy, and we got Mystery Man and Flapjack was taken, and Luix, hello, and Mystery Man, hello. Helia, hello. World's Pariah and Miss Eliza Bennett and Shuya93, hello. Miss Eliza Bennett said I feel we should all right, we're all gonna go for our little march somewhere, alright? Hey, 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 hey. Eken, hello, it's Ari, Vladimus, Jacob Fly, hello, Mini Munchkin, Rogue Trooper, Neurosis, Vampiren, and Heartfang, and Megalodoff, hello, and Pin Creature, and Lizienka, and Taste, hello. We're gonna parable, let me tell you. Dean of Gaming, hello. Hello, 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 Cat Karen, hello, Jedi, and Neves, Sleeves, and Alex Burb, hello, and no Wonder Bar, if I've missed anybody, let me know, alright? All right, Inkpot Gods, hello. Good news from Alex of Ohio. I'm leaving in a few hours for weekend vacation. Here, have you space for all of us in the suitcase? Look, there's plenty of space. Anthony V, hello. Jack Mogg, welcome in. I have no idea who Jim Button is, but justice for Jim. Justice for Jim. Seal this deal, hello. Megalodon, thank you for 2 months of your prime. Take my prime, you deserve it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Redacted. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Are we all excited and delighted? Sorry, my hair is all over the place. I just don't care anymore. World's Prize says, and low is the day ending in Y, therefore it must be Cake Appreciation Day. We've been here. I was like, oh, look at my watch. Oh, goodness, look at the time. It's Scottish. We will be here like 2 minutes. Come on. Come on. I gotta appreciate you for a minute. Alex says I'll drive the Euro truck so everyone can fit. Hey, don't be giving my ideas away, alright? We haven't done a Euro truck in a while, alright? I'm just saying. New Worm, hello. Lady Faust, hello. We're running on Scotland time today, apparently. Oh, alright. Before we hop in, we have some very important announcements from the mod team. Jedi says if you backseat spoil or be troublesome today, Jedi will make all your food taste slightly off. That's a pretty rough fate. That happened to me with a salad like a month and a half ago, and I haven't been in the better of it since. I've only had 1 salad since then. I was on a roll. I was preparing them for myself every day. Haven't been able to look at a self-prepared salad since. So take Jedi very seriously. Zarga Dragon says if you backseat or spoil tonight, I'll reset you to 0. I wouldn't take the risk. I wouldn't be inclined to take the risk. So behave yourselves. I know that most of you do, and I appreciate that very much. Very, very much. Neurosis, thank you very much for 3 months. Gotta join the clan. Join the clan. Join the clan. Whale says a better punishment would be to make all my food. Oh, it tastes like burnt almonds. Is that better or worse than activated almonds? Vaderus says I could do. Okay, well, Vaderus wants the brain reset. So what you have to do is, you know the way washing machines work? I'm joking. Speedy Door, hello. I'm loving it so much. I can actually take a minute to talk about it before we hop in, because when you're in the game, it's very intense and it's very like go, 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 go. But it's just really clever, and I was saying this last night, but it's really cool to see where a lot of other games got their inspiration from and where it drew inspiration from. Like, you can see the influences like Portal and all of that kind of stuff. And having played Superliminal last summer, you can absolutely see where they took inspiration from Stanley Parable, but they've done it so well. Like, it's not putting it down like, oh, it's only a copy. It's not at all. Like, I think they've taken a very good concept and just put their own spin on it, and they're both incredible games. Like, they're so good. They're so different as well. Natalie Craggs, hello. I hope we all have a good one too. I hope so. Zaz says if you spoil the game, you get the physically assaulted by mods achievement. No, you have to arm wrestle all of them. But the problem with this is you don't get to pick which one you arm wrestle with. They all arm wrestle you at once. Like, they all put one arm in to arm wrestle you. So, I wouldn't take that risk. Good news from Vampirin. Hi, Cake. I'm currently watching this on a plane. Ooh. I don't know if anybody's watched this on a plane before. That's exciting. I haven't traveled anywhere since 2019, so I'm glad I can finally be able to. The internet's honestly horrible, but at least I can watch your stream. Hello. Oh my goodness. Will you get us some airplane food? I unironically enjoyed the airplane food I had last time I flew. Oh, Lawrence is... Oh, I'd love it. Caesar salad's my favorite. I love it. It's one of my favorite foods. I wasn't god on it until McDara was like, no, you gotta give it a second try, and I did it. Oh, it's so good. So good. Pack Boy, did I say hello to you? Hello. And Flapjack says, love the Animal Crossing music, gives up a great vibe. It's very, like... I was gonna change it because I've been using it as like chatty music for a while, but like I might just add more. I want to keep this here, alright? Nintendo, you can come and fight me, alright? Cake, what's the most Irish name you can think of? It's for a D&D character. Oh my goodness, do you want it like feminine, masculine? If you've no preference, or if you want to maybe, you know, be more, what's the word I'm looking for? Versatile, Nisha. Nisha's a lovely name. It's a gender neutral name as well. I'm gonna type it out for you, hang on. Nisha. I hope the bot doesn't pick this up. There you go. I think it's a lovely name. I think it's a pretty cool name. Nisha. David, hello, how are you doing? Miss Elizabeth says, I keep thinking you're referencing Flapjack. The sea pancake. Oh yes, Flapjack was taken. I feel you should know. We have a friend here, and her name is Flapjack. Flapjack. We love her. She has her own emote as well, and she deserves it. The Islander, welcome in. Nisha's a good choice. It's a gorgeous name. I've known a couple of people in my time named Nisha, and they've all been very nice. So there's something good going on there. Pufflemaster, hello, we're well. How are you doing yourself? And oh, Flying Blue Ice says off to see Miss Sugar on Saturday. Been looking forward to it for months. Oh, enjoy! I'm delighted for you. I hope you have a great old time. Great old time. And Tesos, I'll tell you what's up. What's up is that I have a fresh cup of tea. Here, have a sip. Have a little sip, and then we have a shark close-up coming up here from Shuya to everybody. Here, a little sippy sup. Lee, hello, you're just in time. Here, sip. Look, there's a good solid like He-Man colour on that cup of tea as well. I had to head out for milk today, but I woke up in the middle of the night. I woke up at, like, no joke, about, okay, middle of the morning, if you like, 5 or half 5, and I couldn't get back to sleep until McTara was leaving at like 9 or like just after 9. So then I slept until midday, and then I had to like peel myself out of the house to go get milk, and it was worth it. It's always worth it. We have one shark coming up to you. Oh, he's coming up to you. Hey. Ladybird says good news. I made a fancy oven dish. Ooh, it takes so much mental effort, but it's worth it. Very delicious. Now have proper meals for a couple of days. Yes. Honestly, food that you can throw together and throw into the oven, where you can just like portion it out for a few days. You're living. You're living. What you make, if you don't mind me asking, or if it's just what I would call a freestyle dish when you're kind of using up everything that's in the house. The Flapjack Teddy's my long-lost brother. We're reunited at last. Your siblings. She's your long-lost sister. Do. Shark is here and he loves you. Why does he have bite marks? Okay, so you know what? I'm actually going to tell this story because somebody... I have to tell you this now because it's in my brain. Somebody commented on one of my TikToks this morning. Now, I will preface this by saying most of the interaction I get on there is honestly really, really nice. Like, everyone's really lovely and, you know, bit of messing around. But somebody commented on one of my TikToks being like... Oh, goodness. I'd take it up the comment, but I just don't really want to. It was like, oh my god, wash your blow high. What the F? And I was like... First of all, this is an injury. Second of all, watch your language, you know? They were so aggressive about it. It was so weird. They were like, why the F do you not effing wash your effing shark? And I was like, lie down. Lie down. Lie down, have a cup of tea. We don't need to be angry about this. So yeah, I'll tell you the story very quickly because I know a lot of people don't know it. Omni Shambles, hello, and Nene Chan, hello. I'm Drifter, can I get Jim the Parabola? How are you doing? So, you know the way he has fritty teeth? It's a battle scar, exactly. He has fritty teeth. So what happened was a couple of years ago, this is before I started streaming or anything, I was like, do you know what? I'm going to try and steam his teeth because they were really poking out in all directions. That's fine. But I was like, you know what? Maybe I can do this. Unfortunately, at the time I had... From lifting heavy things and whatever, I had a bit of worse of like a, you know when you have a bit of a kit in your wrist and if your whole thing is the wrong way, it's like, and I tipped him very lightly with the iron, but he's okay. Like all things considered, I think he came out of the battle fairly well. Like he won. Give it up for our iron fighting champion. Give it up. Woo! Hey. Honestly, like I tried cleaning it, but like that is clean. That's as clean as it gets. It's just discolored. So he's doing his best. He's a clean boy, and he's getting a spa day soon. I don't know where the stuff is. I think I might just have to reorder it. So that'll be happening soon, very soon, very, very, very soon. Are we Jedi? I turned my back for 3 seconds. I actually didn't turn my back at all. Jedi, thank you for gifting 10 subs to Nebulous. Ayaya Sean, Geekboy MN, Sorrel, Eken, Tesos, Don't Trust Eileen. Well, you watch out for the Eileen, Kimbers, Anoraxia, and Adovan Tarbicus. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. We haven't even done anything yet. I'm just chatting and messing. Thank you so much, Jedi. Oh my god. Barrett, hello, how are you doing? Ireland just says, I can feel compelled to ask, did you like King Shark and Suicide Squad? I actually haven't seen Suicide Squad at all. I burned out on comic films, so at some point I'll end up going back to watch a lot of stuff I missed, so it's all gone over my head. I think the last thing I went to see was Iron Man 3, and then I think I might have seen one after that, but like it's been a while. But he is very royal. Actually, no, he believes in democracy. He wants to be democratically elected. Would you elect Shark? Would you elect Oscar? I hope so. I hope so. All right. Are we ready to go? Because we gotta go. It is time to play the game. Are you ready? Are you kidding? Of course, that's the spirit. Might vote for Dave. I mean, a vote for... he might transfer all his votes over to Shark, though. I mean, it might work out okay. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we very, very ready? Oh, my goodness. Are we ready? As before, let me know if the volume gets a bit strange at all. You know how it be. Have you heard of Multiverses? I have. Two Shoes was playing Multiverses recently, actually. He seemed to be enjoying it. I was only able to stick around for a while, but... Alright, it's 1880. What's that in real monies? It's 618. Actually, we're starting at nearly the same time. I went too far. I got distracted. 618. I don't think it needs to be exact, does it? That's 19 now. Let's go. There we go. I hope this has saved all my progress. Oh, hang on. I'm hanging on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Oh, thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. Ah, that's how I know you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I mean, I'm trying. Oh, help me, I'm twitching. Hello, how are you doing? I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Yeah, I don't actually know what the time is used for, to tell you the truth. I'm not really sure. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. What's everybody's favorite time? You know, a dentist's favorite time? 2:30. Casey Edwards, thank you very much for 11 months. I thank you. That is a certified gym moment. How are you doing? All right, I'll let you get back to the video game now. 11:30 is a good time. It's a good old time altogether. A lot of 420s in there. I don't know what I expected, of course. But Moni says, oh, 11:11, make a wish. You know, when you look at the clock 3 times in the day, and every time you look, all the numbers are the same. And then it gets past 5:55 and you start really getting confused and realize that you have to replace that clock now because something is wrong. All right, are we ready? Let's go.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Here we go. I'll let it go for anyone who wasn't here.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
We'll see them in a minute properly.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Very good.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Not one.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
All right, we ready?
Shocked,
we ready?
Frozen solid.
We're nearly
Stanley
ready to
found
go.
himself unable to move for the
We're nearly ready to
longest
go.
time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, I got an achievement. Welcome back. Oh, is that for playing the game a second time? Nice. And Cephos, I'm delighted for you. Absolutely, we love to see it. I hope you're feeling good. Feeling good. We need to get the bucket. So, there's a couple of places we haven't gone. But I also want to try a couple of the endings with the bucket now. And that's been the main draw. Like, I gotta know more about this bucket. I don't know which achievements I'm missing so far. I probably should have checked, but I can remember most of what we did. Also, HR, welcome in. How are you doing? There was someone else there. Stealth check. Hello, Rhythm Gamers. Be like, no. Don't bring me back there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
What if I
Perhaps
just...
he had simply missed a memo.
I love just going around
how hard Stanley looked,
clicking on
he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
The balloons are just... Look... I really wish I had picked the other balloons. Because, what was it? It was Happy 12th Birthday, Stepniece. What was the other one? Get well sometime, or something like that. I want those balloons in real life. I want them. Out of inter... Get well someday, that was it. Get well someday. Can I get a show of hands as well? Is there anybody who wasn't here yesterday? Anyone, or maybe seeing the game for the first time? Get well someday was robbed. Absolutely robbed. Okay, let me have a quick look around here. Oh, Netro, congratulations! I'm so happy for you. I really, really am. Really am. So happy. You love to see it. I left around the time we got to the sequel room. Grand. So we've gone through a lot of the sequel stuff, but I feel like there's still quite... Oh my god, there's even a balloon in here. There's still a lot we haven't seen. Inkpot Gods has good news. I finished my master's thesis last week and my internship starts next Friday. And... Wait, today's your birthday? Inkpot Gods. Were you going to sit there on the birthday, the day that is today, the day on which you were born, and keep quiet about it until now? Because Inkpot Gods, I have news for you. And you know what that news is, and it might be news to you. It's your birthday! Happy birthday, Inkpot Gods! Let's go! It's your day, hey, 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 hey. Congratulations! I hope you are feeling good. I hope your internship goes well. And I'm delighted for you. It is your day. Happy birthday. It is your birthday. Where's it going? Don't ever be afraid to say it's your birthday, lads. If we have to take half an hour, look, I think it'd be kind of funny at least. Oh, but happy day of birth to your good self. I hope you're having a very nice day for yourself and a little relax for yourself. A little relax. All right, we gotta get the bucket. I want the bucket.
The confusion and the chaos
Bucket!
all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Ah. Also, a little shout out to everybody, particularly anyone who wasn't here yesterday. Not all of the moderators have played this game, so if something looks like a spoiler, it might be deleted. So no shade or not on anybody. They're just doing their best. Because genuinely a lot of people don't know if stuff is a spoiler or not. So please be patient with the mods. They are doing their best to make sure I don't get nothing spoiled for me. Okay? Okay. It's okay, Zahata. We still appreciate you. We do. I promise. We do. I think some people have the itchy trigger finger as well. We just want to be crime is crime.
Entered the door on his left.
All right, lads. Right or left? All right, what do we want from the vending machine?
Could you go to the staff room and get me a Twix from the vending machine again?
I don't know if I can get you a Twix, but I can probably get you a moon bar or a cat kit. 37 up. We can do that as well. Thank you for the bits. And Cthulhu Hoop, hello. How are you doing? And Tia's Leaf Soup, hello. Oh, no. Left, right, left, right, left, right. I'm trying to remember what's down each way. So this leads to the off... Wait. I don't want to go quite that heavy yet. Let's go... Ooh. What's down here? Let's go... You know what? Let's check out right.
This
and
was
then we'll
not
change.
the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket
we have the
calling
bucket
to
now,
him,
and that changes
telling
everything.
him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
It is the place to be. I don't know why I'm so determined to check all of these doors. Just in the off chance that there's one that opens. I don't think there's going to be, but you never know. You never know. How many Stanlerines have you picked up so far? I think we have 4.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
I know there's clues
was this
somewhere
better
for
than
them.
the meeting room? Yes,
All right,
Stanley
orders
thought
up.
to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
You're all going to have to get them
How
yourself.
insightful the bucket turned out to be.
What a good bucket. What is the... I hate this mug. I bet you can get this mug in real life. 2 of everything,
Truly,
please. All right, we'll do our
being
best.
with the bucket was a grand adventure.
It is a grand adventure.
Stanley reflected on
It's
all
fantastic.
they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right. Then walking to the lounge. Then
We're having
arriving
such
at
a
the
lovely
lounge. What a
adventure
thrilling
together.
journey the
Thrilling.
bucket had inspired.
All right, let's carry on. See, ooh, that's a nice little painting.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
What if I just didn't? What? Oh, actually, I haven't been this way with the bucket yet. I don't think. You've heard it here, lads. If you don't be lying. Don't be lying. Don't be lying.
No,
Said the bucket.
What?
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Oh, I don't like the bucket.
cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh, I don't like the bucket voice. The bucket speaks. All hail the bucket. All hail. Each individual finger of a Twix is a twick. What is a ramp? What happens if I jump off of here? No, actually, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't do that at all. Alright, go on, go on. Then we go. Oh, wait! No,
Now
no,
ride
there's a
the
thingy
lift
about
all the way to the top. There's
over
something
there.
up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have
Can I
alarmed
jump?
him, of course, because
Wait.
buckets can't talk.
Hang
But
on.
Stanley chose
I
not
just need to
think
try
about
this. Okay, I need to try this.
obvious
All right.
fact.
I
He
need
was
this
firmly
for the
convinced that
comfort of my
bucket
brain.
had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I want to go a new way. We haven't been in here. Danger! Danger everywhere. Everywhere. This was written by Dave. Alamant, how are you doing? We've never been here before. This is a brand new area. Fragile. Oh, me too. Ooh. 2B1 or not 2B1? That is the question. Oh, we have the poll ongoing. If you have time, get yourself in. Make sure you're getting what you want from the vending machine. Otherwise, you won't get the cargo operator's manual. All right. Why don't we...
No, stop! Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says,
No!
no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless... What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
But it's my
I
bucket.
suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point.
Wait.
Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
This is a bucket.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Well, now I'm scared. Akiline, thank you for 19 months. Hello. Hello. And Potato Elijah, hello. I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared. We're loading. What? What?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Oh my god.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect.
What?
It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
What a scam.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
I feel like I'm on Who Wants to Be a Bee.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Sesines palm bucket.
It's something. Thank you for the bits, Jeff. And
Item
hello.
3. Is this a bucket?
All right, this is not a bucket.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
How do I uninstall this game? I feel so
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
What do we think, lads? Is this a bucket? Miku, hello, how are you doing? Is this a bucket? What do you think? I think it's a bucket. But I feel like no matter what I choose, the game is going to tell me I'm very silly.
What? Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
Ah!
Is this a bucket?
I want to see what happens if I say no.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
No explanation, just...
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
We didn't get any reasoning for why the tractor was a bucket. It's like, yeah, no, this is a Massey Ferguson bucket. This is a John Deere bucket.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha. Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be
I'm
around
so glad I
here
have a cup of
somewhere.
tea. I can't tell you how happy I am that... Wait. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly
Air
know that
bucket.
a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing?
Oh, I'm in trouble
Answer me
now.
straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Will, hello, and thank you for 22 months. And we are also very, very glad to be having you. And to be having what we all have here. How are you keeping, Will? I hope you're doing very, very well. The narrator is gaslighting me.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Are you a bucket?
Stanley, I can't keep doing this.
Oh
I'm
no.
losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with.
Is the narrator
I'm
a
afraid
bucket?
the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship
Is the narrator a
apart.
bucket?
I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No!
Okay, here we go.
But I want the bucket.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that
Did he
information
just
might do to a
Thanos all the
person.
buckets?
All right, here we go.
He did. He Thanos'd all the buckets. Thoughts from 3 a.m. Hello, and thank you for gifting 7 subs to Blaze, Marcelo, Pepperoni Pip. I got that second time. Chow Wizard, Garlicky, Soko, and Imigaru. Thank you so much, and hello. How are you? Are you well? Are you very well? I think we just got the bucket ending. I feel like there are actually several bucket endings.
Narrator shows tractor shark lady. Guys, I think it's a bucket.
I mean, it could be.
All of his
I mean,
co-workers
I
were
was
drawn.
right because everything
What could it
disappeared, so
mean?
everything was a bucket.
Stanley decided to
Everything
go to
was
the
a
meeting
bucket.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Everything. I wonder what happens if we go that way without the bucket. I want to go the exact same route, but no bucket this time. Shuya, thank you for the bits. I thank you very much.
When
Let's go straight
Stanley
through.
came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting
We're going.
room, and Stanley knew
We're
it perfectly
going.
well. Perhaps he
Oh,
wanted
we're
to stop
going.
by
We're
the
going
employee
fast.
lounge first, just to admire it.
We're going. Oh my god,
Wow.
lads, thank you for kicking off a hype
Yes,
train as well.
this
Holy moly, I
room.
only just saw.
But eager
You're
to get
too
back
good.
to business, Stanley
Okay,
took the first
straight
open
on,
door
in
on
around
his
again.
left.
Take that jump again. Exhausted today says thoughts can't stay, but I thought I'd drop by for the sassening for a moment. Oh, he's sassy today, let me tell you. He is very, oh, he's
Stanley
very
was
sassy.
So bad at following directions.
Very,
it's
very
incredible
sassy.
He wasn't fired years ago.
I think if I jump there, I will die instantly, but... Collectible! Ha ha ha! Look at that!
Okay, I'm going
Hooray!
back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the
Stanlerines or
intrinsic
Figlies?
sense of happiness
What do you think?
that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I kind of like Figly as well, because Figly makes me think of fig rolls, and I love a fig roll. Do we have some fig roll appreciators here? Wait. I'm a little scared about where I'm about to go. I'm venting. I've not been here before, lads.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten
Oh.
path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten
Ink
path
is printer blood. That means every time you print a document, it is written in blood. Think on that. Printing is a blood sport. Vegans shouldn't print. Printers are alive.
Far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path.
I'm a messenger for the printer. Hello. Printers get a lot of stick for not being as simple as they were in the early noughties. See, I'm not the only one who says that. I might still be wrong, but I'm not the only one. They get a lot of hate for refusing to print when only one of the ink cartridges is empty. You think it's got their call? They didn't design themselves. Educate yourself before you cast shade. 500 tons of raw copying power. The day of ink, it is known in the annals, for scarcely has a day seen so much wanton ink shed. Ugh.
That it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed
Narrator dialogue.
So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it
It's
seemed the
tapes
office
of
had begun.
narrator
So far off
dialogue.
the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten
Oh, there's a
path
lot.
that it
Oh, these are
seemed the office had begun.
videotapes.
So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie
I'm
where
being
it
sassed
turns out
again.
all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling.
I am being
It must be
sassed.
so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises
Power,
and
hello,
delights.
How are we doing?
How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become
Oh
sad.
no,
Look
the
what you've
narrator's
done
getting
to me. This is
emotional
all
again.
your
Bless
fault.
him. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, he reset me! Oh. Stealth check says... Oh no, you're right. Oh no, you're entirely right. The narrator has Tumblr sexy man energy. I spent a bit of, I spent time on Tumblr. You were entirely correct. Why would you say that out loud? Because it's true. It's true. We do have good news to offset that from Panic Louisa. My town held its annual flea market today, and for the first time since COVID, I got things! Yes! I got a miniature sewing box and terrarium. Oh, yes. And old labels that say beans, tea, salt, and sugar, respectively. Gonna make earrings out of those. That's so cool! Oh, that is a very, very much needed, wholesome news. Oh my goodness. I haven't been to a flea market in ages. Like, ages and ages. And Dina Gaming, thank you so much for gifting a sub. That's incredibly kind.
All
Paying
of his
forward your
co-workers
sub as well.
were
That's very
gone.
good, yeah.
What could it
3
mean?
good.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Very, very
Perhaps he
good.
had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I just want to check these doors.
Stanley went around touching every little
Okay,
thing in the
maybe not.
office, but it didn't make it. Oh, please. Are you really just doing
Wait.
this for the achievement?
What?
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement
I
is
was
worth?
just-
No.
No, I was
can't
just-
give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort.
I didn't even come in here for an achievement. I didn't know. I was just
50 clicks will do
messing.
it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
I think I'm being led along here, lads. I'm clicking.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
See, I would not have found this dialogue if I wasn't the kind of person who checks all of the empty bins in Pokemon games. 417. Where is 417? Wait, that's 27. That's 2... Wait. Does this mean it's clickbait? I guess so. 417... Oh!
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
I think he's making an idiot of me. I think I am being made a fool of.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
This is what it feels like to be me.
Oh, God. Thank you for the bits. Was this 415, he said?
Now, back to door number 437.
I think he's just having a fine laugh at my expense. No way, the narrator wouldn't do that. No, the narrator would not have a laugh at our expense. That doesn't sound like him. Not at all. How are you doing,
Let's
Pro
see.
David?
How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
I'm gonna lose my mind. Noom Zoom, hello. That's true. You see, I won't know. I have to
Okay,
commit
now
to
go
this.
climb on employee 419's desk.
Huh? Am I able to do that? I can't jump. Oh,
Yes!
There we
This
go.
is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
This man's making a fool of me.
Cake, I can't sub, it's not letting me.
I do not know how to solve your problem. I am sorry. Twitch support might be the only way. I am sorry. What did he say? 416? Oh, I don't know where. I'm after going now. Was it 416? I think it was. which would be down this way, I think. 416, on we go.
We've almost got
Oh
it!
my god,
now
man!
The copy machine,
I
do that one
swear to
again.
god. There's only one copy machine, right? There's not one in here. Okay, we go. Come on. I hope I get something for this.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door. 4, 3, 0.
1, 2, 3.
Yes! We did it!
Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
Let's go!
Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now? What were you thinking?
We did it. We did it. We're the best. Professional video gaming. Now we can go. Okay, definitely nothing in there. Nothing to go into anyway. Let's go! Blue 5VA, how are you doing? Come in. I think we've all learned something here. That's true. I think we've all learned a very important lesson. I just don't know what it is. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I'm going to go out this way and
When
around
Stanley came to a
without
set
the
of
bucket.
2 open doors, this
I'll
was
see what
not the
happens.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted
Do
to
it with
stop
the
by the
bucket, don't
employee
tempt me.
lounge first, just to admire it.
You did it, you finally made the narrator happy. Good on you.
I think it's the happiest I've heard him the whole
The
way
lounge
through,
was
like,
sublime,
honestly.
a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright, straight through. Yod Lions, hello, is there a list of endings you've done? I haven't a list of them at all, but I can remember most of what I've done. And we're kind of just, freestyling it, to be honest. We're just having
Stanley
a
was so
little
bad at
wander.
following directions,
I
it's
want to get this
incredible he wasn't
ending
5 years
again.
ago.
This one, yes, this one here. No, it wasn't this one. It was the other one. It was off over there, I think.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've
Hope
gotten
I'm
off on the
remembering the
wrong
right one.
foot here. I'm not your enemy.
Oh, wait,
really
hang on.
am
Was it
not.
the tape one I
realize
got
that
last, or was it
investing
the
your
other one?
trust in someone else can
Was
be
it the tape or the
difficult,
bucket? I
but
think it was the
fact
bucket
is
that I'm
the
trying to go back
story
to.
has been about nothing but you.
Yeah, it's this way I'm
all
going.
Time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten. What? Really?
Haha.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have
Woohoo.
zero consideration
Oh my
for
God, there's a
others?
balloon up
Are you
there.
that
There's
convinced that I want
balloons.
something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you.
Look at the
to show you
balloons up in
something
the ceiling.
beautiful.
Look at them.
Let me prove it.
They're
Let me
stuck.
prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
No. Oh, another little shout, just about the endings and stuff. Jedi said there, if there's anybody who wants to talk about the other endings and you don't want to spoil anything for me, if you head into live stream spoilers on Discord, I have that channel entirely muted, so you can go wild there. You can post a full playthrough the whole game there, and I will not see it. So you can go wild there, have a chat about it, and that is where you can go, she's nearly got it, instead of being, just giving the whole game away to me. Robloxcraft, hello, welcome in. How are you keeping? Danger everywhere, let's go. Is this the right one? Yeah, this is the one we went to with the bucket. So no bucket. Yeah, this is it. I want to see what's in here. Yeah, because we can go past here because now we don't have a bucket with us. I want to see what's in here. What's in here? Not there. Not there.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Oh.
Stanley walked through the red door.
You know what? First go down here, I'll actually... You know what? I'll listen to him. A bucketless behavior. Love that. Love. I need it.
You're getting close now, Stanley.
Ooh, we've only
You've
one
nearly
left.
gotten all
Ooh,
of
we
the
nearly
Figma
one
and
left.
Marines.
Ooh.
Very soon, you'll collect the
Ooh.
last one. And then the first number will equal the second number. And that will be it.
Yeah.
We'll be different people by then. Yeah. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figma and Marines. None of us can.
This is the slippery slope to collecting anime figures. Now, mind you, I'm already kind of on that slippery slope. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't really need the encouragement, but... You gotta collect them all. Look, some of the cigarette butts around here. All over the place. Alright, let's go through the red door, see what happens. We can always go
Oh,
back.
thank God you are willing to listen to me.
Just this
you
one
say
time,
that
though.
I really have wanted you to be happy all this time. The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
And I'll have a run if I
Don't
want
you
to,
see
like.
that
Oh,
it's
God,
killing
wait.
us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. I would we would both be so much happier.
Oh no, I see
if
what's
we
happening
just
now.
Stopped.
I see what's happening
And
now.
I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
I don't like when there's nothing behind a door. That's actually kind of terrifying. That is terrifying. Stealth Check says, remember a month ago I said I bought my first Miku figure? Now I have 4. Honestly, from what I see, Miku figures in particular, that's a slippery slope to fall down. I have not been tempted because I'm not invested enough in Hatsune Miku, much as I love her. Shuya, I didn't know you had figurines. Actually, I think you might have mentioned it once. If you ever want to show off your anime figures, as long as they're appropriate. I'm watching you. As long as they're appropriate, please feel free to share them in Discord. You're very welcome to. I'm going into the void! Oh, it's only a little void. The void!
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Don't like the way he's saying that. I don't like the way he's saying that. Jeff says, I was so happy when you start spamming clicks. Oh, I would not have found it if I wasn't just a messer. Oh my god, wait, what is this?
Here. Yes.
Oh.
It's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel
Oh, he's happy. FaceTime me,
I
hello.
actually feel happy.
Oh. This is very nice. Everybody breathe in. And out. I feel like something bad is going to happen. I do feel very much like something bad is going to happen. So heads up for anyone who might be a little more... I don't want to say sensitive, because that sounds like I'm being kind of insensitive myself. But you know what I mean? Anyone who might be upset by something very serious in a game. So a little heads up for you. Just to let you know. Also, if you want to... If you're worried about anything like that, keep an eye out. The mods will do little heads up for you. And keep an eye on the live stream spoilers. Of course, and as long as you're okay with not being spoiled. I'm a little scared. Oh. Oh, I'm a little scared.
No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
Oh, that's really spooky. Oh my god. Alright, I'm out of here. This is freaking me out. We're getting out. Oh, it's a little painting.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs.
Oh,
If you
I
hurt
see what's
yourself,
happening.
If you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
I see exactly what has to happen. Okay.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
I'm sorry, narrator. I'm sorry, buddy.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
We could just get it over with quickly.
No! Oh.
Oh.
Thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Okay, now I'm more confused. Now I'm much more confused.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We
Oh
really
no, I think
can.
I know what we have
if
to
we
do.
stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Yeah, apparently we still had Shell's knee braces. I think we have to go back again. No worries, Flapjack. I hope you can get it sorted out, but no strain either way, alright? Well...
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
This is pretty rough.
No. No, no, what are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
Sorry, narrator. Yeet!
Stanley, let's go back to the
God,
other
we're still
room.
alive.
Can you do that for me?
No.
My God.
I don't know if the
Is
yeet
this
makes
really
it more
how
or
much
less
you dislike
distressing,
my
by the way.
game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
I
Am
mean, he
reading
was
the
fairly happy
situation
there for a
correctly?
while. It'll be alright. We could have a fine time. Later.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it.
It's the fact that
I
it's
don't know
so
anymore.
drawn out. Oh my
I
goodness.
just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Well. Alright, distressing ending is over for anyone who's looking away. It's okay, we can go back and get our bucket now and everything will be
All of
okay.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
We can go back and get
Stanley
our bucket.
decided to go to the meeting room. Warmth spread through Stanley's
The
arms.
bucket is back.
With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
The bucket is back, and we have a shark close-up. Here he is. He will take your fear away as best he can. With his fins, he will gather it all up, and you know what he's gonna do. Oh. Oh, no, no. Gone. He love you very much. We love you very, very much. Can we also get some appreciation for the mod team who were able to give the heads up on the content warning? Because it is the sort of thing that doesn't really affect me, but I know that if you're just not in the right state of mind for it, like, it's good to know. It's very, very good to know ahead of time. Thank you very much, mod team. You are very good. You are very, very good. Very, very good. I don't mean I'm, like, cold and unaffected, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You're all very good. And now we can go on a nice adventure with the bucket and feel better about everything. So now, we can be Drumhead! Hello, and oh my goodness, thank you for gifting 5 subs to Nival Isis. I don't actually know if you're saying your name right. Nivalisis, is it? Ending Hat, Almighty Rum, Tats, and Dr. Blake, thank you so much! Drumhead, how are you doing? Come in, come in. Are you well? Are you very well? Because we have the bucket. And now all is well. Aww. All is well again. Being game doesn't bother me, but it was real. Oh yeah, if it was real, like, you wouldn't be in the better of it. Like, you really, really wouldn't. 12th birthday step niece. I can't get over those balloons. I think I'm gonna go... I want to go up around the other way and have a little walk. Because there's
Stanley
clues
clutched
for
the
the
bucket
last
tightly
little
to his
figure as
chest
well.
And entered the door on his left.
Oh, Drumhead, you've played it yourself, have you? This is the Ultra Deluxe. Is it Crow's name of the studio? They actually sent me a code for it, and they sent it a while ago. I just hadn't the chance to play it until yesterday, and it's so good. It's really, really, really good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Crows ×3 or Crow's redacted face if you want. It's okay, you won't get in trouble for the face. There's one left. Here, where is it? Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Okay, that's the last one. I know we were not going to get anything for getting them, but I just kind of want them. You know? Possibly Mothman, hello, how are you doing? I want to... I know I don't need to go in here again, but I just kind of...
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
I think we got this yesterday,
I can
but...
really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley.
I don't know if I want to
Don't give
give
in.
the bucket
Don't
over.
hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be.
I don't think we're able to
given
hand over the
pressure
bucket.
that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is
Yeah.
your companion.
Yeah.
And lifelong friend.
Yeah!
You can't hand it over.
No!
No.
No!
Getting into name-calling now, it seems.
Oh,
Is this
no.
how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this
Oh,
broom
here we
closet
go,
for a
here we
variety
go.
of reasons. But even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the
didn't
gall
get
to
this
imply
yesterday.
that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends?
What?
That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so
nerve!
banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Yeah, where's a
Okay,
Freza? Oh,
I've
God.
got you
Oh,
something
God, we're still
which I
going.
think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled.
Oh,
No
we
more
have a
debate,
sticker.
No more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet.
Yeah,
with all
broom
your
closet.
meandering philosophical
Yeah.
diatribes about
Yeah.
the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship
Yeah.
to broom closets in the natural order of things.
This is a certified gym. Oh, if only we had the gym button, we'd be doing great. Like, little floofy.
All right,
Oh,
I've
it's
got a
so
second
lovely.
sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see?
Oh my
I
God, we get
feel
another
that
sticker.
It works because the sticker
Yes.
is also a bucket.
A bucket sticker.
That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not,
Okay, he's sassing
you can
me
look
again.
down at this sticker and say to yourself,
He's
"Ah,
passively
it's a
sassing me
bucket."
again.
There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
What was that noise?
You know what? I could take the name.
Oh, God,
calling
wait,
and the
we're still
dismissal
going,
of your
we're still
kinship
going.
with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
The narrator abandoned us. He's sick of us. So, I didn't get this dialogue yesterday because I left the broom closet too quickly. I went out after maybe like 20 seconds or so. I was like, okay, we've had our fun. That's grand, but... Oh, Mr. Tickles, hello. How are you keeping? Give it up for the broom. Working hard or hardly working. Ha! Alright. What was that noise? Did you hear that? Oh, it's in the next room. Hey, Vampire, hello. How are you keeping? Alright. Let's go. There's
Coming to a
apparently
staircase,
one on the
Stanley and the bucket
stairs.
walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Now, I want to be careful. I don't want to go all the way down the stairs. Actually, wait. All the endings are better with the bucket. But I'm a little scared to go back down here. Oh, I was right!
And there it
Yes!
is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley.
We have
This
achieved something
is a
today,
real
lads.
accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it.
It is,
When
yeah.
so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
You know.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, Instead, I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, it was a note! Wait, is that an owl on a motorcycle? Hang on. I gotta change the FOV. Hi, Lonnie. I wrote this in first period and left it in your locker on the way to the second. It's what all the cool kids are doing, I've decided. Write me back. Also, here's an idea for something to draw. 2 cats on a motorcycle. Okay, they're cats, not owls. Hey, this is a good idea. What all the cool kids are actually doing is sending each other pages on their beepers? But we're cooler than them because guess what? They can't put this on a beeper. That's a cool cat. It's a meowter-cycle. I love that. Give it up for the meowter-cycle. There's a little UFO in there and some cacti. We've got the whole lot going on. I'm glad I took the time to read that. I need to change the FOV back or I'm gonna get seasick. What if I changed it to 68 instead of 69? Would the people manage? Is that too much for you? I would never do that. I would never do that to you. Don't be silly. I would never do that. Maybe if you misbehave, I'll do that. I don't want to go in here yet. Wait, no. You know what? I am going to go in here. No, I'm not. I'm going up here somewhere else. I'll immediately unfollow. No! Right, let's go up. I feel like there was something up all the way up here that we did not do. I couldn't tell you, though. Don't play with our hearts like that. But what if I just did anyway? Oh, look. Looks like Bogan's Mill. We'll riot. Zuka Shark, how are you doing? Come in. Oh my god, what if we take the elevator with the bucket? I don't think we've done that yet. I imagine it will be the same, but... We ready to groove? Okay, it is the same. Bucket elevator. It's very chill, I have to say. Feeling it, vibing. Where are we going to? We're going directly to EVDV. Directly. No stopping off anywhere. Alright, we're stopping off here though, actually, I lied. Poor panda. Okay, nothing we can do around here. Back to the Tumblr references. Don't do that to me.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of
I have an
any
idea what we
human
must
life.
do.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken, but Stanley guessed the correct code
Let's go this
by
way.
sheer luck.
Let's go this way.
Was it that the bucket knew all
I have a
along?
plan.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most
Okay.
logical explanation.
Everybody get in. Wait, is there something over here? It's very dark, but... Is there? Oh, there is! I can't see a thing. I think there's actually nothing there. I think it's just a wall. Alright, let's go. Don't worry, I'm not going to get us killed. What I want to do is I want to go into the room and go for the not switch off the mind control thing. Or switch it on,
The elevator
rather.
raced downward,
Because we did it the
plummeting
other way,
towards an
and that was the
unknown
way
fate.
I wanted to end last night.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley.
Yes, have
Everything
faith
will
in
be
Bucket.
fine.
Believe in the bucket. Believe.
Stanley and the bucket
Give me
walked
such a
straight
fright.
ahead through the large door that read,
Alright, let's go straight in and we'll see what
Mind
happens.
Control Facility.
Oh wait, we have to go through here and then... Okay, let's go. Do we all have faith in the bucket? We could give the bucket a name, but I feel like bucket is a very good name. What do we think?
The
We're very
lights
good at
rose
naming things
on an
in
enormous
games.
room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both
Bucket
wondered
the
to
bucket.
themselves.
I like bucket the bucket. That's pretty good. It's nice, it's straight to the point. Tinny! Oh! Charlie Bucket, oh my god. Oh wait, what if the bucket is Jim? What if Jim is the bucket? Jim is the bucket now.
The monitors jumped
Jim is the
to
bucket,
life,
this is
and
canon.
Stanley nearly dropped
It explains
the
a
bucket
lot
in
when you
shock.
think about it.
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Everybody
The
say hello to
bucket
Jim the
had
bucket.
never seen anything
Formally
like
this
and
time.
it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Through. There's still a load of places we
Was the
haven't gone
bucket
to
under
yet.
the
other
mind
than here,
control
but I wanted to check
facility's
it out.
influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do
Poor
or
bucket.
not want to do in the first place?
Jail Stewart, hello, how's
These questions
Philip the
raced
bucket? Oh my
furiously in
goodness.
Stanley's feeble mind.
Philip the bucket. Why didn't I think of that? I'm actually angry.
No!
I've gotten
He
attached to the
screamed
name
into the
Jim
bucket.
now.
He couldn't accept it. His own
Yeah, there's the
life in
pirate
someone
employee. Look, right,
else's
straight
control.
ahead, straight ahead. Look,
Never.
pirate, pirate,
He squeezed the
pirate!
bucket tighter. His one friend
And
in
fired.
the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
The bucket is our friend, and the bucket will not disrespect us. Sammy boy,
But
thank you
here
for the
was the
bits.
proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions,
Jim
happy
G.
or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Here we go. All right.
And as the
Ooh.
cold
Aw.
reality of his past began to sink in,
All right.
Stanley decided that
go.
this
I have an
machinery
idea.
would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends,
Best
Stanley
friends.
and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
What if we didn't take down the system? We're gonna power the system on. We ready? I think the narrator is then gonna try and kill us. And then he might realize that, you know, he probably shouldn't kill the bucket.
But at the last second, the bucket
Oh, the
jumped in and
bucket
pressed the
did
button
it!
to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror.
Jim,
Had this been
no!
the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket
The
have
bucket's
betrayed
gone
him
rogue.
Like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the
bucket's
bucket
gone
away
rogue.
in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly.
What?
Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Silly birds? Oh. Left or right? Left or right? Look at these birds. This is great. Left. Oh, what good birds! I love parrots. I think they're great.
Stanley flipped through one video
They're
of
so
silly
cute.
birds after another, and then it dawned on him.
Ducks.
This wasn't a
at
mind
them.
control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world.
Oh, I try and find a robin.
The mind controls were only a facade
Owls!
to disguise its
I
true
love owls. Oh
intention.
my goodness, they're so sweet.
Had the bucket known this all along?
Okay, that's a red
Stanley
bird. It's not
marveled
Dave,
at
but
the
it's
metal
cousin.
genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place.
Yeah, that sounds pretty
living
good.
through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
Oh, look at the
Of
baby!
all the possible
Look at the
paths
babies!
his
Oh my
life
god!
could have taken, this one was surely the best. And
This is
Stanley
great.
was happy.
Goose. Goose. No, I wanted to keep watching the birds! Can we get some appreciation for the birds? That was a great ending. That was amazing. I'm so happy about that. Bootleg Kill, hello. How are you doing? Are you well? That was a great ending. I love that. I would do that again. Wait. No narrator.
Stanley, I'm
wait,
sorry.
what
but
is
I
the-
have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Oh, not the
I
memory
would love
zone.
nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
All right. Sure. All right, we're going back to the memory zone. Oh, there's a phone in the memory zone. A memory phone. Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Did it click automatically for you when you moused over the on button in the previous ending? It didn't, but I didn't click it. I'm not responsible for it anymore. The bucket took responsibility. It would have been kind of funny if it did click for me, though. There's something missing here. There was something there. Zone, sweet zone. Oh. Oh, I don't like that. There's something very ominous about this. Oh!
Here's where it all began.
This is where we found the first figure.
The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Never, ever. What if we get 7? Can we pick this one up? Oh, God, yes we can. This feels highly illegal. Oh, the glow is still there. Wait, what's this? This is new. I don't remember this at all. It's a nice old couch. Look at that. Oh, that's the fireplace from the boss's office, isn't it? Oh, so it is. Oh God, where are we going?
And here was the second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own just by poking around behind the boss's office. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Every day of my life, this guy is sassing me.
Okay, let's do a little quiz.
No.
Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
I think it was the bathroom. Oh, this is so spooky.
Hey, that's exactly
Yeah,
right.
9!
It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Alright. Roddy, thank you for 17 months. How are you doing? Come in. What is going on? And Molchan and Odin, hello. Are we well? So far, so good. So mildly freaked out, but I mean...
next?
Oh!
Oh yes, we found a figly in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Look at this apple. Look at this big apple. Who was the third person on the moon? Not me. I'm technically correct. It was not me. Thursday is my night to catch up on wrestling. I report late in the stage. I know you're grand. I hope they did in fact wrestle. Sure, we all remember the apple room. Yes. I don't think I can eat 5 of those a day. This is an apple to feed everybody here. Will everybody just like take a good slice out of it? Like a big old slice of this apple. I think we'll all be fed for the day. Or for the next 10 minutes anyway. I don't know if anybody has like a kitchen knife big enough for that. We might need a saw. If anyone's got a chain... No, you can't use a chainsaw on that. There'll be apple juice everywhere. You'd have to get, like, a bandsaw... Never mind, I'm getting out of here. If you got a bandsaw and went straight through the middle, you'd get the little star pattern. It'd be really nice. I'm out of here. I'm going. Oh, we've come back around to these doors.
This was the 5th mini-stand, and this one was really something special.
This
it was
way.
by the red and blue
No,
doors.
it wasn't.
I remember
Oh, it was.
so
It was in this other
clearly.
room.
In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
He did what?
Enjoy.
Oh my god! Oh my god, the Windows Movie Maker! Oh my god! The stock photos!
Takes you back, doesn't it?
360p
I
really
spent a
is the
lot of
cherry on
time
top.
making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
That was incredible. That has given me such a rush of old YouTube serotonin. I'm so happy after that. Like, that actually made me so happy. Hatama, hello! It's been pretty good. How are you doing? Do these both go the same way? They do. And Slappy Appa, you get yourself some food. You get yourself a food right now this minute. You gotta fill that belly. Good old YouTube nostalgia. Simple times. Do you love the book? It says bootleg Kel. Yes. We are friends with the book.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible.
We are friends
The
with Bucket.
final
It's a good-
figurine. Right here, under the stairs. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where
No,
you picked
excuse
up a
me.
figly and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
Oh, I
Except
don't
for
like
the
that
other
hallway.
moments picking up figurines, which it was.
I
exactly
don't like that hallway at all. We're on the telly. We're on the telly. You are in the present. I thought I was getting a Lego set.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh, that was a very abrupt end. Dakiki, hello. Hello, Mom.
No,
Oh,
no,
Oh!
I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the
Oh my
opposite direction.
God!
See how that feels.
This guy. This guy. Alright. Back we go.
Okay, yes, that spot
Wait.
under the stairs. I remember this.
Hello.
I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Everybody say hello. We have a guest. We have Tabitha here today. It is a long cat. Do you want to show Bosselith how long she is? She is a long friend. She is longer than Shark. Yeah, they're about the same.
Is McDarrow a bucket?
Jeff wants to know if you're a bucket. Why? He wants to know why. I can give you context later if you want to answer now.
Absolutely fucking not.
He hasn't played the game yet. We do have a shark close-up, though. Oh, the whole gang is here. JS, the whole gang is coming in to say hi. You're so cute. Now. How are you doing? Oh, look at her go! Look at her go! Wait. Let me get. Hang on. Let me get a. What do we got? Now hold on for this. Hold on for this. What do we got? Ooh. Go. There she goes. No, we're not finishing. Don't worry. We just need some good music for Tabitha to go pure wild to. Oh no! Farewell. Oh, she's going. She's out of control, that one. She's a wild cat. She's a wild cat. But do an April Fool's me, put the gang on the chairs and then pretend they're streaming. You never know, I might. Pack it up, y'all. We've reached the top of the goddamn. It doesn't get any better than this. She almost brained herself on the floor. She nearly did. Oh god, we actually have to go back and get all of these again, do we? 13! Alright, that's fine. May I ask where one obtains a Tabitha? AliExpress. There are some people reselling them, but if you don't mind waiting, AliExpress will be like half the price, and they're generally the same. They're probably on Amazon as well.
That video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Can we watch the video again? Yes! Yes! Yes!
Yes.
Oh, I'm so happy I get to see it again. That was amazing. I feel complete now. Double speed video. Oh, like triple speed. Apple room. If anybody didn't get a snack, this is your time, alright?
Pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
It's a fine room, you know, as rooms go. Oh, we're going back into the bathroom now to get this one. This is the third one we got.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for
we're stuck in
finding
here.
all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
I thought he was going to lock us in here. I just had a moment of fear. As rooms go, it sure is one. What if I stray from the path? No, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. What if I stray? Oh, I physically cannot. I physically can't, okay. I wish I had another cup of tea.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember
17.
it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
I'm going. This whole scene is so unsettling.
One we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh. Exit. Exit sign. Let's go. It does look like horror game promo art. Look. Oh, they're going now. They're going away. Okay, I'm being pushed this way. I want the gym button back. I suddenly have a very bad feeling. Okay, can't collect the big one, which I would really, really like to. Oh.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating
the jump circle.
The
I missed you.
Time does put a rosy filter on everything.
I missed you, jump circle.
I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more.
What's in here?
More memories.
No gym button, though. I want gym button back. Is there anything in here? Oh, no. Okay, it's just a very dark corner. Oh, well, we'll do one jump for old time's sake, will we? Wait, what's over here? This looks spooky and a little terrifying. No, it's nothing. Never mind. Gym button. Imagine if they did make gym button paid DLC. One jump. We ready? Okay, everyone's got to be ready together. Ready to jump?
Jim.
Give it up for Jim. Kessa, hello. And thank you for the bits, Jeff. One jump. 50-cent DLC. No. So, JS, the way the DLC is going to work is that you pay 50 cents every single time you jump. Pay to play, if you will. That was pretty good. That was too much excitement. I gotta leave now. It's too much for me, lads. The heart rate, it's just through the roof. Can't be doing it. Oh, we're back here.
Oh, yes, the 2 doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Oh. Oh, they both go the same way. That's okay. Don't give EA ideas. E. Oh. Are we going to go in there and then get reset?
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before
this was
your
it.
office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Oh, no.
Yes, I'm remembering
Oh, no,
something
he's doing a
now.
remember.
I remember before this whole story got started. Back then, I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then, somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely?
Narrator,
Yes,
you're good?
Perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore.
But...
Oh, but he
Stanley.
truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Houseplant, hello, how are you doing? I'm nervous to move now. Oh, but Chris, delighted for you. It's actually really nice to get new shoes. It's one of those feelings that you kind of forget what it feels like until it comes around again. Delighted for you. Hope you're comfortable. I recently got new shoes, but then I got blisters, but you know, it's just like that. We could just stay here forever. I mean, we got a lovely view of the hill. And we got a nice, Nah, I'm out of here. I'm done.
How long was I sitting there?
Oh, no.
Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
I'm so suspicious of every doorway I go through just after what he did last time. Should we get the bucket? Is it safe to bring the bucket with us? I miss having the bucket with me. I feel like Stanley gets treated better if we have the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled.
Bucket.
He'd never be alone again.
Bucket.
Not truly alone. Not with the bucket around.
Bucket is friend. Very weird, hello! And a happy Thursday to you. I hope you're having a very good one. If you look at the achievements and such, I've gotten a few achievements. I haven't actually looked at them very closely. Because to be honest, I'm less achievement hunting and just running around blindly and seeing what happens. And so far, that's been working out very well for me, to tell you the truth. I did expect that I would end up in a loop over and over the same thing, but it's actually been going alright for me.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Go on. Go on.
Still no one was
Oh,
here.
this is all back to normal
Stanley
now that we
needed
got all the
bucket's warmth and comfort
figures.
now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Maybe. And Ariston, hello. We got the bucket ending with the bird slideshow. We got the one where we nearly went out into the free world and then it changed its mind. We got the bucket museum. What was the other one we got? Does anyone else remember? I've started already forgetting what we gotten until I find something that jogs my memory. But we've gotten a few at this point. I don't want to go downstairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Silly bird. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Here's a fun fact. Most endings in the game change. Yeah, I noticed, I think I had one... I had it happen once yesterday. I was like, that is very different. The bucket endings seem to be a little less bleak as well. Well, so far, that is. So I kind of want to go in here because I know there's an ending down here that was a bit bleak.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his
also
boss,
missed Jim
admitting he had
Dempsey.
left his post during work hours.
I missed
He might
Jim.
be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms.
Bucket!
Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze,
Wait.
but said nothing at all.
One time,
That's
two
strange,
time,
Stanley
bucket
thought.
time.
Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom.
Maybe
for
this
me
one's running
in
on
difficult
bucket time.
times such as these.
What do you think?
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized,
We're on bucket time.
this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket.
No!
Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was,
No,
of
our
course, very
bucket,
odd.
come back!
Now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket,
miss
I've
the
gone
bucket. I
truly
miss the
mad.
bucket.
Where is it? I must find it.
Bucket standard
Far off
time,
in the
exactly.
distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
The bucket's here.
Stanley, it's me.
Bucket, we're coming to get you, Bucket.
Could it
Where
truly
are
be?
you?
He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his
none of these
special
were a
bucket.
bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to
Bucket!
truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
I don't remember that in my sandwich.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work.
She also has a
But on
bucket.
this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator
Oh my
describing all
God.
of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. there were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance
Good
and
job,
total
Bucket.
clarity on everything.
Good job,
Heck
Bucket.
yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
This game is incredible. Oh my god. I do want to know if the narrator has a bucket. We need answers. I also wish I
All
could
of his
backflip that much.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Can anyone
Stanley
here...
decided to
Wait a
go to
sec.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can anyone here do a backflip? Because I cannot. Why is the bucket important? The bucket is our friend. Also, welcome in. How are you doing? Roddy, thank
No
you for
matter
gifting
how
us up
hard
to
Stanley
Bucket.
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I can do a backflip, but I just can't land it as Packboy. I used to be able to do a front flip, and I could kind of land it, and then I got less flexible and athletic as I grew up. Oopsie. Do I have to preserve the integrity of my neck when I do it? Yes, you have to be alive after you do the backflip. What's a... Oh, is a roly-poly like a tumble? I'll give you points for that, honestly. I'll give you points. I can't find the little screen that had the thingy bob on it. This all looks different. I think it's actually the same. I just didn't take any notice of it before. Whatever bucket is the narrator's bucket that he kindly gave to us. Well, that changes things, doesn't it?
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Roddy, I need you to know that the account bucket, I can just see it on my on my activity feed. It has a picture of a bucket as the profile picture. Like they've fully committed to bucket life, and I'm very, very glad. Very glad. I want to go in there. It looks like a great old party in there. You noticed? Okay, I wasn't sure if you had seen it or
Stanley
not.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm trying to think of where we haven't gone.
This was not.
Oh, I
correct
know where
way
we
to
haven't gone with the
meeting room,
bucket, actually.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee
Okay, we're
lounge
going past
was
the
simply
employee
the place
lounge.
to be.
We have somewhere we need
And
to go
here
with the
it
bucket.
was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this no? Never mind.
Straight on.
The bucket
Trust me.
was wrong.
Trust
Stanley
me.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Here we go. They're also 2008. Oh my goodness.
No,
I
Said
didn't
the
even know
bucket.
Justin TV.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Jedi, thank you for gifting us up to the narrator. Lads, give it up for the narrator. And thank you, Jedi. You were too good. You're three good. Okay, let's actually go across here, because I've only got across here once, I think, and I haven't been over there with the bucket.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to
Oh,
him.
bucket.
It
What
should
wisdom have
alarmed
you
him,
for
of
me?
course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Big shout out to Bucket.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
What dark room? Urgent. Employees should never, under any circumstances, attempt to... Oh, this dark room. Let's go. Let's go.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone,
scared.
and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
Oh.
Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend.
Oh.
And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Oh. Oh, this is a nice little place. This is cute. But I am very afraid of what's about to happen. Oh. Oh, I want to scrub that sink. The beige... Oh, yeah, the beige pages, of course. Wish you were here. Aloha from the freedom ending. Adventure awaits. I played the demo. I went to the mind control facility and all I got was this lousy sticker. I want that sticker in real life. Narrator Airlines official. Look at these very modern looking little candle holders and everything. Look at that. Stanley does need a kitchen gun. I think... Oh, it's 0 o'clock, lads. You know what that means. I'm not going to tell you. You know. Oh, the bucket! Hello. Oh. I don't want to go to work. I actually quite like this little room. It's very, very cute. Very cute. To live somewhere like this in Dublin, you would need about you'd need about €1 million and you'd need to give up one of your internal organs.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Oh. Oh, bucket! Hello, buddy. How you doing? Oh, we get to go back home.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Those are cute plates. This is not really related to the game at all, but does anybody else genuinely like old-fashioned plates that have, you know, little roses and flowers on them? Like, we have really nice IKEA plates at the minute that we got when we moved in together, but I would love to do absolute irreversible damage to a charity shop and get a load of, like, old fancy plates. Like, they're not even fancy, but they just look cute, you know? I like old plates. I think they're very, very sweet. Not loads of designs, but like this. I would use plates like this. I would feel like a very fancy granny. That'd be great. Although you have to say there's a lot to be said for a 50-cent IKEA plate. I will give a lot of credit where credit is due, you know. Back to work. I have mixed feelings with those plates. I imagine a lot of people just associate them with like grandparents' houses. For good or for bad, but... Beep.
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk.
Oh.
All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location.
But
That's
it's so
it.
good at it.
It doesn't do anything else.
But he's so good at it. Ideal copy. Hello, my friend bought commemorative plates for her flat to eat off, but it turns out commemorative ones have lead in them. Yeah, a lot of decorative ones have like lead and all sorts. Like they're for putting up on the wall, pretty much. Which, you know, why not? If you got that kind of vibe in your house, absolutely, why not? But you can't be eating off them, unfortunately. Which seems like an awful waste, but. Don't listen to the loud man. Press Q for us to go back home. Okay, now the bucket is talking. Oh, they were the hideous. Oh, the Charles Diana's ones. Oh no, they're always something else. They're always something else, I tell you.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket.
Wait, where is the bucket?
Once upon a time, it was me
Bucket's
he
not
took
here.
orders from. Me he
It's
trusted
there.
and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
But the buckets are friends. Friends. Noomzim says, I recently inherited an old tea set of my great grandmother's, the most adorable flower design on it. Oh. Oh, it's so cute. Like, they don't even have to be fancy or expensive. I just think they're very... Oh, a picnic basket! I want the picnic basket. I would love a picnic basket. I go on, like, picnics maybe once or twice in an entire year, but I want the picnic basket. Oh. Press K to ignore anyone in your life except for me. That's the problem with the picnic basket. It's not really going to hold liquids. You have a point on that. However, it is cute.
It's sad,
I suppose he doesn't need me anymore.
Oh.
From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket.
It's pretty shiny.
Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a
Yeah,
nice
you
shiny
see, it is
to
shiny. Yandere bucket. Oh my god, have we actually just been tricked into playing Yandere Simulator? I
Yes,
hope
I
not.
suppose on
I really
closer
hope not.
inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket.
Yeah, it's a good bucket.
It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Now he gets it. He understands now. Oh, you love that jazz. There's a bucket on the jazz music poster. I didn't even notice that. Hang on, what other bucket details have I missed? Look at this. Bucket. Oh, this is also a bucket. Look at that. Press M to relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my god, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket.
Oh,
It's
bucket.
literally just a bucket. Why
But
do
it's
I feel
our
some need
bucket.
to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a
It's
regular
our
bucket.
bucket. Press K to go home to work to home to work to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings. For the bucket.
What?
No.
Is he-
What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps, if I had the bucket, this would be less
Yo!
confusing.
What?
Yes.
What?
The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
That is a fire hazard. For the record. I'm afraid to click it now.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley.
No!
I need it.
No,
Give it to
narrator!
me now. Give
No!
it, or I'll...
Well,
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
I'm so scared that when we go back to the bucket, hang on. It's a pretty hot bucket. Corvus, hello, and thank you very much for 13 months. How are you doing? How are you and yours keeping? I hope you're very well. Very, very well. And Sammy Boy, thank you for the bits.
Give me
I'm
the
scared.
bucket. I need the bucket. It's my precious.
My precious.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled.
Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him. Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
I think we may have actually gotten too attached to the bucket somehow. Coffee Tea Insanity, hello. I hope you're keeping very well. Very, very well. Very, very, very well. Right, let's go for a little walk. I'm trying to remember what we haven't done. Oh my god, Adovan.
It's not bucket, it's bouquet lol.
It's not Hyacinth Bucket. It's Hyacinth Bouquet. Alright, Mrs. Bucket. How please tell me more than just the two of us have watched Keeping Up Appearances. I haven't seen it in years, but the joke actually came into my head earlier. I was like, no, nobody will understand the Keeping Up Appearances joke.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What was the first ending we got? I know we got something really weird. I need to rewatch Keeping Up Appearances. I'm aware of it, and that's about it. It's great fun. It's great fun. I think the first time I defied... Oh, I think I know where I went.
This was not the correct way to the meeting
I think I know
room,
where I went.
But Stanley
Confusing
had felt
ending.
the
That was it. I
bucket
want to do it with the
drawn
bucket.
him,
I want to
telling
bring the
him
bucket
that
to the confusion ending.
employee lounge was simply the
Not
place
gonna
to
lie,
be.
the bucket kinda thick toe.
No! Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Spoiler ending, it's the first one. Ah, you
And
got
here
me
it
there.
was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? No, never mind. The bucket was
So
wrong.
I think I go in here
Stanley
and
took
into
the
the
door on his
lift.
left to go back
Yes,
to the meeting
this,
room.
I
And
think,
so
was the
two of
first
them
ending I got.
detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight
I'm a
ahead
devil.
to the opposite door.
My devil. I know, Jedi. We can't bring him anywhere. We can't bring him anywhere.
Oh, Stanley, I'm glad you found your way
Devils.
here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Salty Bob, of all the times you could have come into the stream, I'm not going to say this is worse necessarily than any others you could have come into, but why is that child 10 foot tall? Why is that baby so tall? The adventure line! Oh my god!
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket
bucket is our
isn't even
friend.
from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Cruiser.
Ferd!
Because that's
Sorry.
what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Wait, hang on. Okay, so who's here? The broom... The entire broom closet is here. We got the Adventure Line. We have all the mugs. We have our fake wife, the fireplace. I don't really know where the baby comes into this, but we got that PC, a pencil sharpener, and the adventure, and a fern. Lads, please, can we give it up for the fern? I thought we'd never see it again. I have not seen the fern since we did this, the first ending yesterday. Oh, there's actually somebody with the username Fern. It's a nice name. I like the name Fern. I hope they're nice. I hope she's very nice. Let's go. If this truck backs up...
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
I misread this. I misread this.
Hose you all down.
I misread this. I'm so sorry. I don't know when I developed such a high-pitched laugh. It's hurting my throat and I gotta stop. Wait. I love how the music immediately stops when you go into the menu. Aww. Aww. Alright, let's go. going to pass away instantly. Thank you for the gift sub, though, Jeff. Oh my god, wait! Leah's got a point. Leah's got a point. Is this the Aslos shipment from Eurotruck? Oh, we're gonna have to revisit that at some point. They're probably looking for the delivery. Oh my god. Stanley has a small ass. Oh my god. Oh, that's upside down. Oh, that's... Okay, let's...
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Not the bucket. Jen, I thank you for gifting a sub to Raw Ass. Oh, God. My name is Samuel Pepperman. You have used me for entertainment. Now it is time for me to use you for that same purpose. The map that sees all things that have ever been or will be, that is... map form. The map was legendary. The old tales spoke about it. Yeah, you know the old tales. Yeah! Anyway, so the frog knew it proper wanted the map to tell the secrets of the universe. If it brought the map back to civilization, it would truly achieve greatness. It knew in its cold-blooded, slimy frog heart the temple that held the map was close. Now, Stark, hello, would you consider the bucket an S-tier waifu? Yes. Yes, I absolutely would. Like 100%. Forzy, hello! You're out. You're gonna have to get in line. Listen. Ever dream this... Wait a second. Hang on. There's a lot here we have to address. Ever dream this man? Why is his mouth like that? Look at a comic. This is the third time. I'm done with their bullshit. Video games are meant to be for everyone. Everyone. You know what? Okay. Beyond the brain. Alright, you know what? You know what? Let's go. It's just his face cake. He can't help it. Oh, you know, well, he's in people's dreams. Wait, there's more. Oh, who's your man? Fair play to him. Oh, is that Jim? No, surely not. Is that Markiplier? Oh my god. Oh no, it kind of does look a bit like Markiplier. Oh no. Oh no. Oh gee, I'm not going to be in the better of this game for a long time. Oh my god, they have Line Rider. Look at this. Line Rider on the graph. Markiplier Jim. I'm still not over the fact that the main lad in Squid Game looked like Markiplier. Well, I regret looking at that. What's this? The sky and the cosmos are one. Now think about that. Think about that. Think about that for a while, okay? Why would you say that? I can't see it. I remember saying this before when I think I was watching it and somebody I was watching it was like, yeah, your man is the head off a Markiplier, and he is. He's right. Jeez, we're getting a little spooky down here, you know? Yeah, it's getting a little shadowy and downstairs, you know? Oh, the buzzing of fluorescent lights that are a little bit broken. What is that?
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the
No, we don't.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No!
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the bucket destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley.
Nope.
Say goodbye to the bucket.
Nope.
And then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No. No, I'm not going to. I refuse.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
Nope.
I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying
Maybe it'll
buckets
destroy
is
itself.
all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were
I'm
to
scared.
really explore
Oh,
the
I'm getting a
bucket
bit
destroyer, you'd
It's
see
turning
that
into
its desire to
it's going
crush
to turn into an
buckets is
Elden
so
Ring
densely
boss.
loaded
No,
with
I hope
complexity
not. I
and
have
nuance
practice.
that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not.
You be nice
I
to the
wonder
broom
what sort
closet.
of bucket destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting
No, I'm not
very
feeding
upset
it.
now. You'll
I'm not
have to
feeding
hurry
it.
and
We're not
feed
giving
it.
over the bucket.
We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable
We're not giving over the
characters
bucket.
like the adventure
We're holding
line
on to
or
the bucket.
destroyer until you crush that damn bucket.
No.
Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give
No.
the fans what they want.
No.
Hurry and... The bucket destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spell-binding stories about you. All
Does this
of it
make us?
squandered now.
Does it make us Isildur of the
Goodbye,
Stanley Parable
new
universe?
friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Huh. Huh. Offbeat Twitch, though, I've watched several streamers play this game and not one of them has crushed the bucket yet. I don't want to crush the... It's just vibing, you know? That bucket's minding its
The
own
meeting
business.
room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Why are we being directed to the meeting room so early on and bring the bucket?
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered
Alright, let's
the
just
door
go
on his
straight
left.
in. Oh, you can't crush the bucket. Okay, that's quite comforting. That's quite
Still
comforting.
no one was here.
Oh.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
I feel like I might be about to loop into an ending we've already gotten, but we
Coming
might as
to
well go for a
staircase,
walk.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Maybe I shouldn't have come back up here. Nothing different. Wonder if we just stay
Stepping
here for a
into the
while.
manager's office,
If we just
Stanley
stand here.
was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this
gonna
revelation,
vibe. Just gonna
Stanley
sit.
may
It's
have
gonna be fine.
broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Thank you, bucket.
Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light
I still
pierce
wanna
the
drink the
dark clouds
wine.
of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't
Oh,
notice
that's
the
a
keypad
manky
behind
ashtray.
the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply
look at
being
it.
near the bucket did he have
Ooh.
any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
What if we just don't go in? I wonder if it forces us to go this way, because we can't go back now. That's locked. I wonder if there's another number
Stanley
we can put
just
in.
sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Maybe we'll give it a while. I wonder if he'll give us a different code to do something. To be announced. Hello, it is Thursday. How are you doing?
2845.
I think he's losing his patience with us, but that's okay. Blush of blue slime, are you well? Are you very well? I'm gonna give him a minute. What if we just keep putting in the wrong code?
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just
okay,
opened all by
okay.
itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
I think we have once again been sassed by the narrator. We have been sassed again. That's fine. Oh yes, sorry, I completely forgot to say, tomorrow I'm making bagels. I've never made them before. Never ever. Threadhead, just the bit, yeah, big, what's the word I could say? Suggested, that's the word I could think of, suggested a quick recipe that doesn't need overnight proving. So we're doing that tomorrow, and I really hope they come out nice, because I've kind of got a hankering for bagels. Enough for everyone? I'll do me best. I'll do me best. We'll make 5 million
Stanley and the
bagels so you
bucket
can take
walked
some for your
straight ahead
friends
through
as well.
the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Okay, from here we've been this way. And we've been this way, and we've done both the endings with the bucket. I wonder, is there another way I can go? Is there another ending I can get? I mean, at worst, we can just look at birds again. I do like the silly birds. Let's go.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Let me in. Do you need help with the endings? I'm okay for now, but thank you for offering. I always think it's like, oh, am I about to spend a load of time doing something I've already done? But I mean,
to life,
I think
and
there's
Stanley
plenty to
nearly
do.
dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
If we do repeat, can I request the birds? Absolutely yes, like 100%. Alex from Ohio, yes, work done. Starkey's not going to do his work or your work for you.
Was the bucket
We could
under
press
the
the other
mind
bird button. We only
control
pressed one.
facility's
That's true.
influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
What's this?
These questions
It's just a
raced
little box.
furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it.
There is a
His
load of
own
stuff up
life
here
in
that we can mess
someone
around
else's
with. I haven't
control.
messed around
Never!
with the bucket, so...
He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Alright, so we're back here.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
It's dark, I
Controls
can't see
labeled
anything.
with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
Beep boop.
Walking,
Beep boop.
eating, working,
that was nice,
all
little
of it
beep boop.
monitored and commanded from this very place.
Beep boop.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over
I love the
another
little beep
human
boop.
life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way.
I want to see if the
and
buttons will do
bucket
anything
made a
about the
sassy
bucket.
comment about taking down the system.
I do feel like this is probably not going to do anything. But, you know, we have the bucket this time, so everything's different, you know? Anything could happen. Where's the third one? I think it's up. That's 5. Where's the third one? Oh, I think it's here. Yeah. Can't decide if I want burger or pizza. Oh. What kind of pizza? What kind of burger? Because that changes things dramatically. Why can't I get... Oh, I'm going around the other way. I can't see nothing. It's so dark in here. Wait, can I not go up here? Hang on. I'm pretty sure I went up here earlier. I thought I could just go straight up. Huh. Oh, there is a little gate. Okay, so never mind. Never mind. I think I may have messed up. I don't really know if there's anything else I can do from here. Let me have another look around. I don't want to jump the gun. Hang on. I just want to press all these little buttons. Love that. Love that. That's just great for the brain, you know? Just a little... Yeah. Love that. Love that. Is a chicken burger a true burger or is it a sandwich? Discuss. What do you think? We need the answers. We need to know the truth. A burger is a sandwich. It is. Where does the sandwich end and the burger start? You know? Let's see if there's anything else in here that we can interact with that we maybe haven't before. Otherwise, we'll go for the bird ending, because I quite like the bird ending. We can at least see the birds again. I don't think we've had the same ending twice so far. This would be the first one.
Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Oodles and noodles, hello! It's very good. Very, very good. How are you keeping yourself? Alright, we're going for bird ending. I think I might have gone past the point where I
But
could
at the
have done something
last
else.
second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button
Bird
to turn
ending.
on the controls.
Unless we're about to get something different.
Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Bird. Yes!
Birds.
Bird ending! Silly bird ending!
Silly bird.
Shadow Knight, hello! You're just in
control
time for the
button
silly
became
bird
active
ending.
again.
This time we're going to press the other bird button. Oh! Flamingos! What's everyone's favorite bird? Dave won't be insulted.
Stanley
you can say whatever you
one
want.
video of silly birds
Silly
after another,
birds!
and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility
Yes!
for monitoring and surveilling silly
I don't know what that
birds
one's called, but it's very
all
cool.
over the world. The mind
Hummingbirds!
controls were only a
Or the
facade
kingfishers. I
to
always get them mixed up
disguise
somehow.
its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along?
They're the ones with the mustaches.
Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his
that
hands.
toucan?
The one who had pointed him towards this incredible
Goose.
discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place,
Owls!
living through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all
I
the
think these are my
possible
favourites so far.
paths his life could
No
have
robins,
taken,
but that's okay.
This one was surely the best.
I'm
Stanley
happy.
Was happy.
I'm happy. Are you happy? That will do. Wait a second. Yes, you see a problem here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What? Whiteboard ending. Lone Wolfpack, thank you very much for 13 months. I thank you very, very, very much. I'm keeping well. How are you? If we turn on dog mode... Yeah. That's a Nintendo sound if I've ever heard one. That's it. We now have a dog with us, as far as I'm concerned. I'm gonna maybe grab the bucket. Where do I even go for? Oh, I suppose it's over around here.
The embrace of an
Marsh,
old
hello!
friend,
How are you
the
doing?
withered companionship that stands the test of time.
Oh, look! Table diagrams. Oh, Morgana, I'm sorry. Oh, look at all these tables, lads. Which one is your favorite table? I quite like that one with the wobbly bit in the middle. There's something about it. I appreciate it. That's a good point, Lady Faust. If it was a good dog mode, then we would have a dog to pet. Why have we gone? We've gone straight back in here. Hang on. Why don't we look around before we leave on from here?
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
Alright, let's get out of here. The bucket is the dog. I don't know how to break that to the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
Oh,
and entered the door
left
on
or
his
right?
left.
The whiteboard ending is RNG if you get it. Oh, the reason I went to click the door first is because the color of the number on the door was a little different. It was like a grey instead of black. How's your day been going? Pretty good, honestly. I've been looking forward to playing this all day, to tell you the truth. Middle. All right, we'll go straight down the middle. What happens if we just... I know, no dog petting. It's such a shame. Let's go left and see what happens. That's a bright screen. I think I may have snookered myself back into the same
Still
ending
no one
again.
was here. Stanley
Although-
needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Okay, there's definitely another ending I'm pretty sure that we can get if we go back up to the office. I'm just getting myself all turned
Coming to a
around away from
staircase,
it.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh, big day for yourself, Shadow Knight. I hope it was an A-okay big day for yourself. Exciting times, lads. Exciting times. Oh! I've been looking for this for so long. Something good came of that, at least. Is there anything? Jeff says, Twitch just asked me to take a survey. It ended with me yelling at them to pay you more. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. That's very good of you. Oh, congratulations, Shadow Knight. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're feeling very, very, very good about
Stepping
yourself.
into his manager's office,
That's lovely.
Stanley was once
Ah.
again stunned to discover not an indication
Ah.
of any human
We
life.
love to see it.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation,
Can we get a
Stanley
little
may
wave?
have broken, but Stanley guessed the
A
correct code by
wave
sheer
of
luck.
pride sharks.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes,
big
this
wave.
is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yes, we did. Sorry, I missed your message there for a second, Infinity. We did get all the figures. All of them. This has given me a lot of power, I have to say. Okay, there's definitely another ending to be had somewhere. I'm so convinced. I'm so sure. It feels like there's more endings here that I could probably count on both hands and maybe also on someone else's hands.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Okay, so let me recap. So through the mind control facility, we have gone to the buttons at the end of the power thing, and we've done... What have we gotten? We pressed both buttons with and without the bucket. We've gone this way with the bucket, but not without. So I'm just trying to figure out where else we can go from here. And I don't want to walk in there too quickly, because once we go in there, we can't come back. Last time you said, can I backtrack? Yeah, and I couldn't. Once those doors... Let's see. There's another in the room. Ooh. If light is on, call external 914 immediately. Oh. Well, can we go back up? Oh, we can go back up from here.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back
Oh!
up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3.
Ooh, this
I want
hadn't
to go
occurred to
back
me.
so I can try pressing
So
the
right
number
now.
3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Good job, Bucket. You're doing great. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, let's go back. Let's go back. Tat says I did, but it was last night I did it.
Here we
which
are,
is why
said Stanley.
you might have
Now
missed
I'm
it.
going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Well, he said, the number
just keep
3
going.
is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
Isn't this just the most fun you've ever
Stanley
had?
looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent.
We're out of control,
This was a
lads.
shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him?
Yeah, bucket.
Once Stanley
Come on.
had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
I'm not done with it yet. Can we get some appreciation for the number 3? Right now, today. Right now, this minute. Rono Twitch, hello! The Parables of Stanley, you know what? You know what? As it goes, pretty good. Oh my god, I forgot to have the dog thing. I want to do it once more. I'm a little afraid that something really weird is going to happen now when I go back. Although, I don't know why I keep saying I'm afraid, because anytime we've had the bucket with us, everything is much less terrifying. Venice Wizard, how are you doing? Alright, one more. One more for good luck. Just for good measure. Alright, let's go. It is the magic number, it's true. It's true. Let's go.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Foxfire says 3 is just half of 8. Now listen, I'm not great with numbers. But you could be onto something there.
A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again?
Go on, go on. We want the bucket to appreciate this too. Go on. Go on. Let's go, let's go.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and
We need
I
to
have
teach the
been
bucket-
through so much together,
needs to
and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Oh. When did we get the bucket? We got the bucket last night. In the DLC content, I'm pretty sure. Which I'm now realizing is an enormous amount of content. Link Plus.
Here we
All right,
go,
let's
said
go, let's go.
Stanley.
Let's go.
This time I'll really show you.
Let's go.
He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told
We're the
stories
best.
through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him
Bucket,
know
please.
that the bucket appreciated
Bucket,
what
please.
he was doing.
Please.
The bucket conveyed absolutely
Bucket,
nothing at all.
please.
Only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
The bucket doesn't appreciate it at all. I'm really sad about it. What if he did a different number? No, okay. I have a feeling we're going to go back and forth again. I feel like we're going to be on the way down the elevator and be like, but what if we did it one more time? And in other news, hello. What did the 0 say to the 8? Nice belt.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator.
If we have to go back up.
He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
You'd think. As soon as I step out of this.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Before we do anything else, we have a shark close-up from Foxfire to everybody. If there's anybody here who needs some shark, here he is. He love you. And if you're new to the stream, you can give him a hug. Exclamation mark, hug shark. It is free. It is easy. And he love you. And that is true. Here he is. For you. And 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 you. You can hug him as well if you're old to the stream. That's true. You won't be taken out of the running for hugs, you know? What if I just go back up? I haven't been told to this time, but what if we go back up? I love sharks so much. Me too. Me too. What if we just go back up for a little look?
Said
Oh.
Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the
Live
bucket
Stanley
would
reaction.
finally
Oh!
understand Stanley's work.
What?
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Oh, laughing with salad person. Look at all of these stock photo people. Look how happy they are. I've never heard that meme in my life. Never. You've never heard of it, Roddy. We wouldn't know what you're talking about. Ah. An evening with world peace baby. There is something to do with a baby in this game that I've not run into yet, and maybe that's for the best. The Stanley Parable Stanley, tonight, live on stage. The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable. Stanley from the Stanley Parable. Wait, are we going to see ourselves on stage? Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great. 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 the 3 3 3 3 3. Oh.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
3. That's the magic number. Yes, it is. A shockingly three-dimensional character. Now. Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. Oh. Alright. I guess we're going up again, down again. The Stanley story. The dude who came up with pizza. Lads, can we give it up for the dude who came up with pizza? He was onto something, I'll tell you. God, I'm getting kind of hungry.
There was no one here.
Oh.
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak.
Oh,
to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting. He was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously.
Oh.
There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley
having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
I do like the way it echoes. Oh no! The way it cut off. I think we did just experience bucket divorce.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Patty Megs, hello, Saj indeed. How are you doing, Patty Megs? Lovely to see you. And we've lost our dog bark. Oh, I miss the dog bark. Miss it. Navarre, yes, we had dog mode for a while.
But it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I wish I could pop a balloon. Technically, yes, the dog mode was a scam, so, you know. Patty makes us some good, just got home from a stint and work, and I'm happy to catch part of a stream, and it's lovely to have you, Patty Megs. I hope you are taking it easy and have a good old rest for yourself. Sorry for the impromptu skip the bop. Okay, this time around, do we take the bucket or no? I'm trying to remember what we have done with or without the bucket. Because we've been bringing the bucket on most of our adventures so far. I'm trying to think what we haven't done. There's tons, I know, but... you know what? Let's go for a little walk with no bucket, because we have been bringing it with us the whole time. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's do the one we just did without the bucket and see what happens. Or if we can do anything, it might just railroad us forward. But this does not feel like that kind of game, so...
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
With milk for dessert.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Is that chocolate bourbon biscuits? Because if so, I'm jealous. I haven't had them in ages. They're so good. We've been in this elevator with a bucket. I want to see if we can do this.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Maybe.
Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I see. Are we all feeling very relaxed? Or, you know, a little relaxed? Like 1% relaxed. Okay, let's see if we do the up and down thing again without the bucket. Or if we can. Always getting sassed by the narrator, Sam, let me tell you. Day in, day out. I've only been playing the game. This is my 2nd day playing it, but day in, day out getting sassed with the narrator. Oh, excuse me. Now if we go back up without the bucket, let's see.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into
here we
the
go, here we go.
elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office?
Just for the
that's
laugh.
A great
Oh,
question.
sorry. If you heard a crunch, that was my
I just can't wait
back.
to find out.
I'm sure this is okay. This is alright, this is fine, you know. You just go for a little walk around.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office.
You're right, too.
Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated.
This
it's
guy.
that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points.
This
one
guy.
after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Lemonade, hello! Yeah, we've done a few things, but you're having a little sit back and relax. And I don't think you really need too much context for what's... I don't know what's going to happen. What if we start going down and up again? What if we just keep going? Very exciting storytelling, lads. I am, in fact, on the edge of my seat as well.
Incredible. Now he's getting back
here
into
we
the
go.
elevator and going down again.
This is where it gets
Ladies
really
and gentlemen,
exciting.
How does he keep coming up with all of this?
Never in my
Surely
life.
this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor.
No, we're going back up.
won't he? Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there.
It's wild.
Is it the boss's
It's wild.
office
We're
again?
going wild.
Oh, what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing
I mean,
me.
in my defense, it wasn't the boss's office last time. When we had the bucket. It was a bucket divorce. One guy, hello, how are you doing?
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
No, wait a second now.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I
No, he's
need
not.
more
Is
time
he gonna-
to process.
Is he gonna...
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
I nearly caught it that time as well. I nearly did. Geeky Culture says, take a shot every time the narrator's being sassy. You would have to have your stomach pumped after about 10 minutes. Have a shot of water instead, you'd be fine.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
He really told us. He really told us. Wouldn't it be funny if we went back up, though? To be honest, even if there was nothing, if I was getting no new dialogue for this, I would still be tempted to just do it.
I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony
Oh
of
God, is he gonna
waiting
trap
and
us here?
anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
We're
There
never
we
gonna get up
go.
there.
Isn't this
We're
so
never gonna get
much
up there.
more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now.
I am a little afraid he's going to
This is the
jump
most
it, or not jump
exciting
it, drop
narrative
it.
to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you.
We're
You're the one
great.
who took this bold step of revisiting
Oh,
the
look
exact
at those
same
boxes.
locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all
Ooh.
the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you.
Oh, God,
so that
wait,
you can
another
talk
press
about
conference?
your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind
Oh, God,
of
here we are,
gesture
here we are.
that might leave a
Here we are.
tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
I have no idea what's going to happen. Jenna says, I've been reading fanfiction since 2012 and well practiced the art of the slow burn. Oh,
Okay,
goodness.
the room where
You
we're
would
holding
be,
the press
honestly.
conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Imagine like getting your foot stuck down the side of the stairs. You'd be in bad shape. You'd be in very, very bad shape altogether.
Yes, here it is, just through this door.
Looks like a little crystal ball. I want it.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature
Right,
of
let's go.
surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart.
I'm scared.
I'm really
I'm scared.
proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks
I'm
like
scared.
they're
What if
ready
there's nobody
for
in
you.
there again? What if
Go
there's
get
nobody's
'em.
come to see us? What if nobody's come to see us? Huh? Oh! Give me a second, I need some water. That's where all his co-workers went. They were putting that together for so long. Are we ready? I have no idea what's gonna happen. Alright. Wait, no, hang on a second. Wait. No. Oh my god, they're buttons. Heaven is a fidget toy, not a half pipe. Do I have to press all of these buttons? Surely not. Surely not. I think Dave is liking the vibe. I think you've got him right. That's true. Actually, that's a good point. Marsh makes. Is it really heaven if there's no gym button? There's no gym button here. Oh my god, there's so many. I hope I'm not like switching off heaven or something. Oh, they switch back on. Secretly, this is God's control panel. You're just turning parts of heaven on and off. Just keep pressing. Wait. I feel like I could see something. Like, through one of the buttons. It looked like there was something. No, I think I might have imagined it. Okay, where's the point? Huh. Are they gonna like line up or something? No, okay. I'm scared. Did they change colors when they switch back on? Give it a second. Give it a second. Give it a second. No. No, they don't. Ah! Ah! We're stuck here forever! Okay, wait. Maybe there's one button that's different. Wait, I can definitely see something through here. Every so often I can see like little particles like through the buttons that I've pressed. But only through the ones I've pressed. See it? It's gone now. Oh, my brain. If it's an optical illusion, though, then that means that we're moving as well. Because you can see on the edges of the screen that everything is moving. Ah! Okay, hang on. Let's start looking. Are there any buttons that stand out? I don't think so. My brain also hurts. I don't know if I wanted to be here, but we're here now, lads. Alright. Deep breath. Ah! I have no idea what I'm doing. There is a reset menu, but hang on. Tell me yes or no. Is there a way to do something here? Nosdari, hello, how are you doing? Okay, we're actually just stuck here forever. Okay, that's actually kind of funny. Take a deep breath and look at heaven before we leave. It does kind of feel like an interactive art space. Like, you go into a museum and they're like, yes, go in and push all the buttons. You know? Say goodbye to heaven. Oh. Say farewell. It's begin the game again, right? That's the reset button. I'm not about to do something stupid. Oh. We are free now. Wait, can we just go straight back there? Yes, you can. You can just go straight back. Okay, no, that's plenty. That's plenty. It's so loud.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
I get suspicious when the narrator says something different. I joined
No
a word
matter how hard
Skittles
Stanley
heaven.
looked,
Yeah.
he couldn't find
God,
a
I love some
trace of his
Skittles.
co-workers.
Actually, you know what I'd love more than Skittles? Some crispy M&Ms. Oh yeah, crispy M&Ms. Bucket or no bucket? I'll let you choose. Bucket or no bucket at all? We got a vote for bucket. We got 2 votes for no bucket. We got bucket, and okay, no bucket. Because we have done a lot of things with the bucket, and I'm trying to remember what we've done with and without the bucket. I think there's more stuff off to the right that we haven't done with the bucket. As opposed to squishy M&Ms. No, there's ones that have like a crunchy, like a crispy center. They're really good.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna go this way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I want to go in there. It looks cool. I might get killed instantly, but like it looks cool.
The lounge was grand, majestic.
Ah, it's grand.
Perhaps too majestic. Like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We haven't tried to escape the mind control facility without the bucket. I'm pretty sure we did last night, actually. Because it opened up to the outdoors and then Stanley went about his life. But we haven't done it today, I don't think. No, we wouldn't have done it today. I feel like there's something past here that we did with and not without the bucket. I'm trying to remember. So we went across over top without the bucket yesterday and with it today. We crawled through a vent. Was that with or without the bucket? I don't remember. That's not the escape they meant. Oh, is there... Okay, another... Oh, you're right. You're entirely correct.
So
oh my goodness. Sorry, Kova. I made a liar of you. You're entirely correct.
Straight ahead to the opposite door.
I'm going to check that out. Let's go
back
see.
on track.
Let's go check it out.
Yet there was not a single person here
You are
either.
entirely
Feeling a wave
incorrect.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Right, let's go.
Hoping he might find an... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Go. I forgot about the escape. Escape.
Okay, I think we all know the drill.
Oh no,
by
Pufflebaster,
now.
you'll
Blah,
know what
blah,
I'm.
blah.
We'll
Dark
know what
secrets,
they
the
mean
keypad.
once we get
Stanley
here.
pushes some buttons.
Oh, what?
Hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
He just did that for me automatically. Thank you, narrator, I think. If he brings me down here slowly, I'll lose my mind. Okay, no, normal speed. Always sassy, lads. Always sassy. Alpha, hello. How are you keeping? Lovely to see you. How's things?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door
Escape.
that read Mind Control Facility.
This is one of the first ways we
Although
went
this passageway
off the
had
beaten
word
track first, and then I
escape written on
backed out of it.
The truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Violent death. Lovely walk down here. Lovely scenery. We love these pipes.
The
love a
door
good
behind
pipe.
him was not shut. Stanley
Love a
still
good
had
pipe.
every opportunity to turn
Gorgeous
around
stuff.
and get back on track.
Fluorescent lights.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
You're right too. Don't like that. It's very ominous. Oh, we're okay. Mostly.
As
Oh,
the
are we
machine
gonna get
whirred into
crunched?
motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise.
'Cause we got
he
crunched last
reflected that
time.
his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
I don't want to get
Perhaps his
crunched.
death
Let
was
John
of no
Hart
great
alone.
loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end
Didn't
to
realize
his
that was behind
brief
me.
and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, Stanley, no. Huh?
Farewell, Stanley.
Oh,
cried
here
the
we go, here we
narrator,
go.
As Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Flat Stanley. Willow Jade, hello! Oh my god, oh no, that's adorable. That's so sweet. How are you doing, Willow Jade? I hope you're well. They said the thing! They said the thing.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every
We
path
haven't
you
been
can
here
walk
before.
has
This is
been
all new.
created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Okay, so when I nearly did this ending yesterday, I saw somebody in chat, and I don't remember who it was, say that ending could be a spoiler for the rest of the game, like everything. Now I kind of get what you mean. This would have been a weird one to get, like, second. I'm okay with spoilers if I encounter them at this stage, because we've done quite a few of the endings, so I don't really mind too much. Huh. Oh, there's Stanley's office. We go down there, we go brown, we bring it around there, we go and all the way down here to the two doors. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, like, I reckon a lot of the endings would have spoilers for other endings. Oh, that's okay. It's our computer. Hey, little buddy. The John Hart says, I hope I get to sleep tonight to spend the time outside. Oh, yes. I really want a day where I just, you know, go to a park or something. I haven't done that in a while. I know I went camping recently, but it's different, you know. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. This one is very Portal to my ears. I like it. I like it. What's this? Office computers. Oh, we got solitaire. Aw. I broke it, I'm sorry. Oh, there's all the credits. Ah, that's very nice. We love a bit of credits. Can't. Solitaire's dead. Now. What else we got here? Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. Now, there you go. There it is. Take that into your eyeballs now. Oh, look at it. It's beautiful. The office. Very good. Yeah, I want to know what's... I feel like we might end up learning about the narrator's narrator if we... Oh my god, wait a second, what? Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realised shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Nice bike. Oh. Oh. Look at all these pictures and everything. What's this? Ultra Deluxe announcements. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of the Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement and the game's delay. Look at that now. Look at that. Oh, look, it's money. we got in here? Narrator emails. After the second trailer, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we'd initially planned to use these for further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here's a selection of those emails. Ooh. Please. Oh my god! Dear Strongbad, how do you type with boxing gloves on? Ben. That's all I need to see. No, I'm happy. That's the only one I needed to see. That'll keep me going. Strong badge. Oh dear. Homestar Runner in your game. It's more likely than you think. Hi, Mr. Narrator Guy. I have a question for you, sir, and it is, what's your message for today? Sincerely, Harris. Yeah. What a time to be alive. There's a skeleton inside of you. There are more skeletons in this world than humans. Thanks and goodbye, Civ. Think about that now for a minute, lads. Let it in. Let it in. A question brought forth by the intense passion of my soul. Am I Stanley? Why are you spying on me? I don't... Why? How? Will the game feature capybaras? Well, will it? Will it? How do you stay in shape? Sincerely, Michael the Rock Martin. Mihal Martin is our Taoiseach. What? Are you gay? It's a straightforward question. From Dink Dunk. Dear Narrator, I appreciate the previous Stanley game as a work of art and standalone title. I appreciate the credit given to art, which is why I'm eager to see a sequel, prequel, standalone companion game. Because... Will the Stanley Parable have infinite quests? How many endings? If the Stanley Parable is really going to let me go shopping, I hope we'll have a fine selection of desert boots. Dink Dunk.
Dink Dunk.
How do you make a JRPG? How do you make it the worst game ever? What's the difference between a duck? Thank you for the bits, Jeff. How is the game going? I hope it's as good or better than the first one. From a cool man. Get your free duck now while it's going, lads. Are you a rock? I want to see more of these if that's okay with you. I'm drawn in now, you see. Could you tell me what the significance of the number 1112800 is? I couldn't, but maybe somebody else could. The thing I want to know is, what would you do if Stanley entered any other rooms? What would you do? If you were Stanley and you entered another room. I have burning questions. For instance, on a scale of maxed earns to Salvador Dali, how surreal would this game be? Were you born with a magnificent voice, or did you bargain with a magician to receive it? And finally, the most important question. Ah! Congratulations. Congratulations. Open your file. Congratulations. Claim 24-hour on the announcer. Greetings, omnipotent voice. I want to tell you I like the Stanley Parable as much as I liked seeing a humorously small badger in swim trunks. Indeed, I liked it as much as I like walking in the park, watching the sunset, and dare I say it, I would like you to keep this proposal as top secret and delete it if you're not interested, and get back to me if you're interested for details as regard to the transfer of $24 million. Dear Strong Bad, how do you type with boxing gloves on? Okay, we've actually looped back around. The lounge. Early version of the lounge. The office. What we got in here? Ooh. What was that noise? Okay. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Cargo lift. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. Wild. Maintenance layout. We had the confusion ending fairly early on. We've had it, I don't know if we've had it twice. It does say vent. Does say vent. Zending levers. These were originally part of the zending. The player would pull a lever, I don't know how to say it, and the narrator would describe what color they'd pulled. Oh, I can't do it anymore. That's sad. Zending model. It went through many iterations. This room represents the 4th version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon it and change it again shortly before launch. What was the ending? Actually, yeah, the goddess. This has just reminded me to, like, the plywood shack. Was that the I think that might have been the confusion ending. I don't even remember anymore. It was a confusion ending. Okay, so we did that with the bucket. Ooh. I saw those screens on. Countdown desk. One of the desks from the early version of the countdown ending. Ooh. Oh, the elevator. Good times. What was that?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I'm scared.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Oh, I forgot we were getting killed. I completely forgot.
You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't...
What did we do? What do you think?
Let time choose for...
Just stop. Just end stream right now. I am a coward. I don't care. Jada, hello. How are you doing? Come in. Come in.
This is
Oh, we still have the way up to heaven. Very nice. Very cool.
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I miss having the bucket with me. Okay, we've gone on a few adventures without the bucket. Let's bring the bucket
The
with
bucket
us.
made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
I'm sure it would have been a meaty thunk. We know this. Okay, I want to go this way.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was
Oh,
not
actually, there is something we
directly to the
haven't
meeting room,
done
but Stanley had
without
felt
the bucket and not
calling
with.
to him, telling him that the employee lounge
Okay, we go through the
was
employee
simply the
lounge. We
place
didn't
to
go
be.
through the vent with the
And
bucket.
here it
Let's go.
was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind.
For a brief second, I thought it'd be
bucket was
Toad's
wrong.
face on those balloons.
Stanley
Oh
took
no,
the door on his
why
left
Toad?
to go back to the meeting room.
Okay, I'm not listening to the
No.
bucket.
Said the bucket.
There's something else I
Don't
want
go
to do.
the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
We're gonna vent. Sus. What's that? That's a cool little illustration. Look at that. Imagine putting a magpie in the same room as an audio recording of the open lines when you leave your room and then releasing it in the wild. I don't know if I'm just too hungry to understand that or if it did not make any sense. Okay, the narrator hasn't said anything yet. Brute Almighty, hello! Thank you so much for 8 months. Stanley noticed everyone was watching him, or rather, not him, but Cake playing as him. Brute, thank you so much for a long time. I hope you're having a fine Thursday. Day of Thurs. So there's all the tapes, the dialogue for the narrator, but he's not losing his mind this time. He's not... He seems okay, you know? Alfelda! Oh my goodness! Alfilda, welcome in! And thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness, about 7 million people here. Noble Team Chief, Secret Brussels, Clemard, Reese Levin, hello. Finn, Yuki-chan, oh my god. Lazy Artist, Lando, hello. Herschwartz Market, hello. Humble Mojo, oh my goodness. Oxymoron Normalis and Dios Sleekra, can we get a wave of welcome for everybody coming in? Hello. Hi. Hello. I'll put on tune for a second. Hi. Evil in the air. Hello. Come in. Thank you for leaving the party with us. How are we getting on? How was your stream? How was Morrowind? Because I've not played it yet. I'll get around to it someday. Bonehead. Hello. If you've not been here before, hi. I'm Cake or Cake Jumper. This is Shark. He is my co-host. I'm a variety streamer. I play a few games. I'm a flesh tuber as well. Like look at this. Look at this flesh tuber. Disgusting. How's everybody doing? Did we have a nice time? Alfilda, have you ever played the Stanley Parable? Because I am playing it for the very first time. It's our very, very first playthrough. Flesh! I know! Flesh tuber. Look at this. Ooh. Oh goodness, I hope you're all having a very nice time. I'm flesh. But you know what? Since we have a load of new friends in today, I'm going to give you something for free. And that free thing is a close-up of Shark. If we see him back here again, you'll be very used to seeing Shark. Because he loves you. And he appreciates you. And it's true. And you may not believe it, because you've just met him. But Shark is the real streamer here, and we know this. We know this to be true. Yes, we know. Yes, we do. Is cake flesh or is the flesh cake? She screams, for she does not know. Let me show you what we're up to. Your face and hand tracking, you're seriously impressive. I'm telling you, like, look, there's things that Leap Motion could do these days. It would just blow you away. You're too good, lads. I hope you're having a fine one. And for any of my crowd, if you're not already following Alfilda, I gotta tell you something important. She's really nice. And she's really lovely. And she's very cute. And I said that, and it's true. It's true. And she might go, oh no, you know, not really. But no, it's true. It's true. How are you, Alfie? Are you good? We're playing the Stanley Parable. We have a bucket. Please, can we get a round of applause for the bucket? Because the bucket is here. It is right here. I'll accept the compliment today. I'm being nice to myself. As you should. As you should. You deserve it. It's true. You deserve it. Give it up for the bucket. Woo! Bucket tuber. We got it. So, out of interest, show of hands for anyone who came in the raid. Who has played the Stanley Parable before? Just while I get a little sippy me water. I hope you're all drinking enough water as well, lads, because I'll tell you something. It's getting spicy. It's getting a bit warm. Not warm, but it's getting a little warmer than I'd really like. Like, I wore a hoodie out today and I was in bits. Like, I wasn't in the better of that for about half an hour when I got home. Trent Ellis, thank you very much for 4 months. 4 of them. 4 of them. Announcements from Roddy and Jedi. The announcement is bucket. Oh, another little thing as well for anyone newly coming in. I do food and drink streams as well. I know Alfie also does them for my crowd. If you want more of that, she does them the odd time, and she's very good. But we're making bagels tomorrow for the very first time. I've never made them before. I'm terrified they're going to go wrong. But sure, look, we might as well try. Acha. Oh boy. Oh no.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number. I don't even know.
I don't know what we
I've
got
lost
ourselves
track.
into, lads.
Nothing feels real anymore.
I don't know what
The
we've done.
longer I study this bucket,
Oh, the bucket!
the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel
The bucket.
every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense.
Lads, I'm worried for the bucket.
There's
I'm
no
a little worried.
explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see
Oh my
the
God,
world
yeah, this-
so differently when this bucket is in my arms.
Is this Stanley's point of view?
Why everything feels so. What do I do with
It
this
must be.
treasure? I can I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful.
I'm scared, lads.
Because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get me. What's that? Who's there?
Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure that is absolutely nothing to worry about. As was saying, anyway. Sorry, lads, I turned on the voice changer there for a minute. You know, just get carried away. Oh my goodness, for everyone who come in the raid. Lads, do you want to see the heaven ending? Now, I know that by following Alpha, you've all signed up for Valhalla instead. However, do you want to see the do you want to see the heaven ending? I don't know if you're ready for it. I don't know if you're ready for it. DLC Scarla, hello, how are you doing? I don't think I can backtrack with the bucket. I think one of the doors closes behind me, which is quite sad. Alright, heaven free trial, let's go. Welcome to heaven. This is it. This is it. This is heaven. That's it. That's the whole thing. I wish I could bring the bucket here. Oh, the bucket will love this place. The bucket would just have such a great time. I'm actually okay with this. I mean, you know, it could be worse. Honestly, like, it could be much worse. It is kind of satisfying to walk around and press all the buttons as well, even though it doesn't do anything. Oh, that's a lot of buttons. Let's go. No, we can't bring the bucket back, and I'm very sad about it. Well, we can't bring it back to here. Sir Helly, hello, better than I expected from heaven. I mean, look, they give you something fairly concrete to do with your time, you know? All hail the buttons. It reminds me of the big M&M shop. Oh my goodness, imagine if they were all M&Ms. Or everybody's round sweet of choice. Roddy, good night. We'll see you soon. See you very, very soon. Be good. M&Ms or Skittles or Smarties. Actually, they could be Smarties. The only way to get out of this is to do that. It's the only way to get out of heaven. You gotta reset. But this is just constantly here now, and we can just go to heaven whenever we want. Just for the laugh, just to see what's going on there, you know?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Just for the laugh.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Hang on, this is new. This is new. We have not seen this on the PCs before. Now I'm imagining a Skittle the size of a dinner plate that you cut into with a knife and fork. I wonder if you could make a massive Skittle. I might jot that down for a food and drink stream sometime. I'm sure you could make a big one. I know you could make a big Smartie, but it would just kind of get melty, you know? Okay, make it! I'm not as skilled in the culinary arts as a lot of people seem to think I am. I'm mostly winging it, but you could try. The end is never the end, is never the end. I've never seen this on the PCs before. This is a new thing. I kind of want to try it now. I don't even know how I'd go about it. But look, if I managed the Kirby cake, I'm sure I could manage that. Just melt it all together and just pour it into a huge mold. Wait. Oh, excuse me. I'm very sorry. That was very sneeze.
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but
Oh
Stanley's
wait!
a very
Oh
lucky
no,
fellow.
the door does
Very
close. I
lucky
thought I could bring
indeed.
the I thought I could bring the bucket to heaven. The door does close behind me. That's okay. Thank you. Thank you for the little bliss. It's probably on Giant Candy. Is Giant Candy YouTube a thing? You know, now that I've said that out loud, I've remembered the tiny food YouTube and interesting. Do you ever, oh my goodness, do you ever watch the videos where they have like the teeny tiny little food and they're like tiny little eggs and everything? I don't know why it's so nice to watch. It just kind of is. Oh, giant Jaffa cakes. Oh, I haven't had a Jaffa cake in so long. Tiny meal prepared for a hamster. Yes, that's what we're talking about now. Jeff has good news. I hit an incredibly ambitious sub goal and I'm still going about it. Maybe more now that I have to play Hollow Knight. Oh no. But Jeff, congratulations. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you. Cake, what if you cosplay as Ariete and bake an oversized Oreo? Oh my god, we could make like an Oreo cake. Speaking of sneezes, does anyone get really sneezy when you're out in the sun? Yes, I sneeze if I see the sun like really suddenly, or if it's like, how do I explain it? Do you know what I mean when I say a watery sun? I don't know how to explain that. Does that make sense?
Off topic, but apparently a slasher movie was announced and it involves Winnie the Pooh of all things.
I know. I actually saw that. Thank you for the bits. I saw it on Twitter because Winnie the Pooh's in the public domain now.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I kind of like going
but
this way
Stanley
just
had
for
felt
the laugh.
bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Oh, G-Field has one for us. So bright light causing you to sneeze is because the parts of the brain that process the nose and the eyes are close to each other. So basically looking into the sun tickles your nose a little. Huh. The more you know. Every day's a learning day. I did know that, but I
And
didn't,
so
if that makes any sense at all.
detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Okay, can't press the button if I'm not on it. I just want to mess around. I feel like there's probably more stuff that we haven't... What's back here? Can we go back through the door? No, we can't. But that would have been pretty cool if we could. Photic sneeze reflex. Is that what it's called? I actually didn't know. Anyone else here sneeze in the sunlight?
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Perhaps. Oh, a few of us. Very good. Rad Raven, hello. It doesn't happen to everyone either. Some people can't experience it. Yeah, that's what I've noticed, because I've said it to people before, and they're like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. But now we know. We're not losing the plot. It's all of us. Well, not all of us, but several of us. Do I really want to go back in here? I don't think there's anything left to do in here.
Stanley, we must move on from
Oh!
this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
Well, can't we
if I
get
did,
some?
you can guarantee
Can we
we'd
not get
be
new
in here for
stickers?
hours. But alas, no stickers.
But I want some stickers. I want new stickers. What if I go out and back in? Okay, I think the narrator's completely given up on us in here. I would like an extra sticker, just for the laugh. I'm treating us as I'm a bit photosensitive, so I avoid the sun generally because I burn easy since I'm quite pasty. Oh, me and you both. Me and you and most people I know. Okay, that's it. Oh, Dark Princess, hello! Thank you for the bits. How are you doing?
Thank you for being so incredibly sweet when we met. Less than 3 despite losing to me in the fight against me. You and McDara were really nice. P.S. Sorry to McDara for being told to hold my alcohol less than 3.
Oh, Dark Princess, it was so... I don't know if I got to tell you, but when I went to see My Chemical Romance on Tuesday, I met Dark Princess! I met help you on Twitch as well. I know I definitely said that to you, but I don't know if I said, again, Dark Princess, you were so nice! Can we get a shout out for Dark Princess, who does in fact stream, by the way? By the way. Because it's true. It's true. Okay, Jeff says no, but I'm sure we can get some else to do.
Coming to a
How
staircase,
are you?
Stanley and the
Are you
bucket
well?
walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Alright, where do I want to go from here? I wonder... Okay, this might be silly. What if we just stand in that other elevator for a long, long time? My friend keeps trying to convince me to come see her in Australia, and the running joke is she'll have to leave an entire bathtub of sunscreen. Oh, good. I wouldn't be able for the heat. I think I'd be in ribbons. I've been so tired since MTR, but I hope you loved it. I was exhausted yesterday. Like, I finished stream. I was like, I'm gonna, you know. I don't know how I managed it, but it was so worth it. I know some people who went twice. Some people went on Tuesday and Wednesday, which is kind of mad. All right. We ready to groove? I'm gonna let this go for a minute because I want to see if there's an ending in the elevator. Ooh. I love how you can hear the narrator in the background as well. He's just like... Yeah, feeling this. Feeling this. Absolutely vibing. Okay, you know what? I feel like if this was going to do something, I would have done it by now. But I tried. Use the bucket as a drum. I should have used the bucket as a drum. Just leave it. Actually, did we... Can we walk back out of here?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley
No,
was
apparently
once
not.
again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
But I wanted to leave.
Crushed by the weight of this
I want to
revelation,
leave.
Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Oh well.
Even now, in his darkest of hours...
Oh wait, you can't.
did-
Okay. I'm going to try that again. Because I feel like
All of his
maybe there was
co-workers
something
were
there.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go
Right,
to
let's
the
go.
meeting room.
Let's go. We're
It takes a
Newman.
lot of
We're
humility
absolutely
to
Newman
carry
and
a
zooming.
bucket so magnificent. Stanley
Did full
checked
network
his
event
ego
yesterday.
and
Did
then
you get home till
proceeded
2
on.
a.m.?
Stanley clutched
no.
the bucket tightly to his
Oh, you
chest
poor chicken.
and entered the door.
I hope you got a
on his
good
left.
rest in at some point, or if you're going to get one. Oh, did look after yourself. We'll catch you
Still
soon.
no
Thank
one
you for
was
coming
here.
along. It was lovely to have
Stanley
you.
needed the bucket's
As
warmth and
always.
comfort now more than ever.
All right, we gotta go.
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find out. Coming to a staircase,
Let's go, go,
Stanley
go,
and
go.
the bucket walked
We have places to
upstairs
go and
the
things to
boss's
do.
Office.
I think I might have made this one up.
Stepping
Oh! I could see through that door. I don't really know what I intend to do from here. Let's just go for a little walk around, I guess. Can't go in there. Okay, so the game is forcing us back this way. Not let us go out that way. Okay, we have to go through that door up there then. Who would win in the fight? The bucket or Goku? Go on, vote now on your phones. Bucket or Goku? Oh, we can go quite a long way back through. I think this might be the most I've backtracked so far. It's the most it's ever let me backtrack. Wait, all the doors are open. Doctor of Dandelion says hello to you. Hello. Hope you're doing well. Like, it's leaving us the whole way back. This is kind of weird. Wait. That door's never been opened before. Oh. Oh. I'm scared. You are now leaving. Huh. Escape pod bay. Escape pod. Oh. Actually, yeah, there's no narrator anymore. Bucket 1. We always knew the bucket had it in them. Is this the same floor again? Hang on. Please tell me we're not going around in circles. Okay, no, we're still going up. I can't even remember where it said it was going to be. Oh, the height of this place. I think this might be the last one. 759. No, we're still going. 760. All right, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. Escape pod launch bay. I don't like walking in the dark like that. Oh, here we are, I think. Oh. Oh no, we're putting... Are we just letting the bucket escape? It was the right thing to do. I want to do that now without the bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I want to do it without the bucket.
What
I know
did it
that's really
mean?
silly, but I want to do it.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Oh no,
simply
the
missed
bucket's
memo.
gone! What have we done? We gotta go. Now we have to go. Are we ready to go?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The bucket did escape. Also, Lux. Hello. Hope you're well.
Yet there was
And
not
only
a single
Barbary.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
All right.
Hoping
No
he
bucket.
might come
Let's
into
go.
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I have a very specific craving for, like, crispy rashers with red sauce. So I think I'm going to make myself a rasher sandwich after stream. It's getting to me, you know? It's getting to me. I love how after a while they're just leaving that open. Oh.
Here's the door.
All right. Let's go. We're getting out of here. Let's go. I'm scared, but it must be done. Freedom! We must go. We can't stay here without the bucket. Yeah, very weird lighting bug. I think it's supposed to, you know, adjust when you move around, but it's just gonna adjust it weirdly, I guess. I miss the bucket. We had some good times together, you know? Alright, we're now leaving. Out we go. No way back down. Potatoes in my eyes. Hello, how are you doing? Alright, up to 760. Let's go, let's go. Not too far to go, although we are a bit slow moving, I have to say. The narrator could catch us at any minute. I don't think he's going to, though. I think we're free. Really, truly free. Truly free. Once and for all.
Padiddle.
Potatoes, thank you for the bits. Still don't know what that means. Still at peace not knowing what it means. Is this us? Next one, next one, next one. Gabe, hello! It's going well. How are you doing? Are you well yourself? Alright, this is us. Are we ready for the escape pod? I hope we get to escape pod. Are we ready? There it is. There it is. Are we ready? Wait. What happened? Oh, it didn't. I thought we'd get like a little something. That was kind of underwhelming, but that's okay. That's okay.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the
What?
pressure. What if he had to make a decision?
Wait a
What
second.
if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one
We're
thing
locked
he
in
knew
our
for
own
sure,
office.
beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to.
I think
He
we're
will
stuck.
be told what to do.
I don't think we're getting out of
Now
here.
it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Okay, so if you lock yourself in, it just resets you. Can we have the
Stanley
skip
had
button?
never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something?
Oh yeah,
He
for some
hoped
reason
it
you can walk
was.
through that
He
chair.
hoped
Not sure
very
why.
much that it was.
Not entirely sure why. Oh lads, you know what? It is getting late in the day. And now I am feeling confident enough, and I'm feeling pretty happy with having seen a lot of the endings. I'm going to try and figure out just how many I've missed. This game is brilliant. This is so good. I'd said that yesterday. I've said it a couple of times today. I am really, really, really glad. 49 endings! Ah, yeah, no, I'd believe that. I'd absolutely believe that. It is an art form. Oh my, like, it's just great. So, just for anyone who missed my little story about me playing the Stanley Parable, I was very kindly sent a code by the devs, but I'd had the game recommended to me for years. I just never gotten around to it, you know. It was one of those things, but I'm kind of glad I waited. This is great. This is great. Have we enjoyed ourselves this evening? Are we ready for tomorrow? Because tomorrow, do you know what we're making? Because, you know, I'm so excited. We're making bagels. I've never made bagels ever before. Ever, ever, ever. Ever. Not even once. Not even twice. No, I have to work tomorrow. That's all right. The VOD will be there. The VOD will be there. When we can see the recipe, if you do ! Friday, you can actually see the recipe right now this minute. Big shout out to Threadhead for recommending the recipe, and a while ago as well. I think it might have been last month. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. And stream will be 1 p.m. Irish time. So the usual on a Friday, but it'll be nice. Have a little relax. Have we all had a good time? Because this game was great. As always with games like this, where I leave it a little open-ended, I might come back to it. I'm not 100% sure, but I might, my arm could be twisted. I might come back to it someday, but I'm going to leave it open-ended like that, all right? Chat. Is that cool for you? Is that good? Yeah. Lauren says, I can watch now. I just finished 2nd year of uni. Give it up for Lauren. Yes. Oh, I'm delighted for you. That's incredible. Holy moly. Fair play. Fair play. Oh, I do need to go outside, and that's the one where you don't play the game for 10 years, isn't it? No, I hate streamer. Go away. Ew. Well, in that case, I just go. Oh, lads, this has been great fun. This has been very good fun. I'm going to see who I can leave you now in the care of. Who is on the line? Oh, we have a couple of people on the line. Whoomst. Are you winning, son? Embervic, hello. We're winning. Oh, we're winning. What are we feeling? Do we want a bit of madness? Do we want to have a little relax? What are we feeling? Who could I leave you in the care of? Oh, do you know, actually, I'm just going to make sure she's not close to finishing up. Oh, I know. Do you want... I'm going to send you over... How do we feel about seeing some Warhammer painting? I think I might leave you in the care of Kira Elvenblood, who is painting some little Warhammer figures. Now, I hope I'm not saying that wrong, because I passively know about Warhammer through, like, Zargan Dragon and a few other friends who paint the little models, and I just think it's neat. So I'm going to leave you with herself for the evening. And lads, this was great. This was great. Like, I love this game so much. I'm so happy I played it. Thank you so much as well to everybody who stayed after the raid. You are very kind. I hope you had a good time. I hope we see you back again. And if we don't, that is okay too. But lads, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And tomorrow we're going to be making bagels. Young King, we're just finishing up, and it's lovely to see you all the same. Goodbye from me. Goodbye from Shark. And goodbye from Dave. Be good to each other. Goodbye. Be lovely to Kira. Farewell. You got it. I can't wait to eat some food. Oh, lads, I'm hungry. Let me tell you, I'm going to make a big sandwich. And you know what I'm going to do then? I'm going to eat it. And then I'm going to...